Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Devil's Latest Issue podcast. I am your host, I'm Mr. Vegas. I'm joined as always by my wonderful co-host, Mr. Fatman T.
Hello.
It's just the two of us tonight. I don't know about you, Fatman T, but I'm very EP. I'm an EP little fanboy.
I've been EP for the past week.
I've been a very EP fanboy all week. I'm an EP little creature today. Which I have no right to be because I chugged a Boost Energy an hour ago and it's just not kicking in. So yeah, I'm dying or something, but it's fine.
Now we'll start with the news as we generally do lately.
Yes.
So we've got Birmingham Council urgent, please do not alert to residents Bing Cruise.
What?
Birmingham Council,
Please don't alert
to residents.
As Bing Cruise. Hover over it so I can get the full thing up. Maybe there's context here. Birmingham Council's urgent, please don't alert to residents as bin crews hit the
Basically, the council won't pay the bin men's in Birmingham properly. So the bin men went on strike for about 2 months and the city's just covered in trash.
Right.
To the point they tried to get the military to come clear it on, they couldn't keep up.
I can't decide if I'm dyslexic or if that's just a really acoustic news title.
I don't think it's like, it reads like I had time myself. It's like, what's the...
Like, am I just too wired to read that properly? Or
No, you're reading it correctly.
is Birmingham Live being run by just a moron?
You're reading it correctly, I just can't... It doesn't compute the brain very well, does it?
No, it doesn't, but my brain can't really process that headline. That is stupid. Right, what's been going on? Gaza's on fire again.
Well, yeah. Yes, it's still on fire.
Gatwick Airport's on fire.
Gatwick?
Yeah, bottom left by the sun. Ukrainian emergency workers clear debris after Sumi strike?
Yes, the Sumis are... right, Ukraine at the moment, the crowd story is... Iran has decided to support Putin in Ukraine. Right. Kind of. So they're using one of their semi-groups they've gotten involved in the other areas and added the Sumis in to launch some airstrikes on to Zelensky's hometown.
Didn't even know the Sumis had access to planes.
I don't think it's so much planes, more like some cardboard wings and engine.
Still, didn't even know the Sumis were in control of an airfield at this point.
Also, Putin's now been using TikTok to plead his case out to the world, and is recruiting some Chinese people to come and help fighting because Ukraine has arrested 16 Chinese citizens fighting on the Russian side.
Sounds about right.
They're about as effective as Toffee was.
Oh yeah, I'm on second thought, I'm not going to finish that sentence because that might get me in trouble for the wrong reasons.
Basically, you managed to get some Chinese influence type people thought this would be great for my influencing page.
Trendy.
Yeah, look at me on war. Oh shit, bullets!
Oh shit, the bullets are real. It's not a bit. What's that one? House explosion. A man's been found dead following an explosion in house.
Yeah, gas explosion to our house right in the middle of a terrace block. Just house gone.
I'm not being funny, right? I feel like house collapse isn't a necessary addition there. Usually, if a house fucking goes kaboom, it tends to collapse afterwards.
It was quite impressive when I saw.
Like, I feel like collapse was kind of a given after explosion. I feel like you didn't really have to lay that out there.
I saw a couple of images of it. And it's like, imagine like completely row terrace houses.
Yeah.
And just one right in the middle is like gone.
It's just, like normal. Where the fuck did that house go?
Normal. Like, what the fuck? And this gas explosion. Like, wouldn't that take out the rest of the...
It's like, you sure that was a gas explosion and not just like a laser hit that house direct impact? Fucking... Yeah. 3 prison officers injured in attack by Manchester Arena plotter. Right?
Yeah, let's look at the...
I don't give a fuck. Judge allows Columbia graduate deportation after Gaza protests.
I don't know that one's over, to be honest.
No, I remember this now. I read this the other day. Yes, yeah, it's a new fucking. Right, I might fuck up the exact detailing here, but I'm gonna have a bash anyway.
Okay.
If memory serves, it's I believe a bill that Donald Trump has pushed through that the Supreme Court has signed off on, if I remember rightly. Either that or it's just a bill the Supreme Court's just done themselves. either's believable at this point.
Yeah.
That basically says anyone that comes to America on like a student visa that fuck you, involves themselves in political activism such as supporting like Gaza during protests can now be have their student visa revoked and be fucking exported is not the correct word here. What's the word for it?
Deportation?
Deported, thank you. They can be deported. Essentially under the Anti-Terror Act.
What's problem though? I can
basically, if you're in America on a student visa,
yeah,
you no longer have the First Amendment rights of the Americans of free speech.
It's an iffy line.
It's if you ask me, it's straight up unconstitutional.
Well, the problem is though,
given the Constitution states every man on American soil is to have the right of free speech.
No, every American citizen actually says.
No.
Yes.
It's originally it was not, however. The modern Constitution, as it's currently written, does state every American citizen. The original billing of the Constitution, which you can still see in the museums today, stated every man, woman, and child upon American soil is to be given that right.
I think that was changed like in the late 1800s when.
Officially, it was never actually changed.
I know there was an amendment to it, the First Amendment, because it was.
Yeah, it's not a change that occurred in an amendment. It's a change that happened in the, if memory serves, it was the 1790s, and it was essentially just a typo error that no one bothered to fix.
I'm pretty sure it was officially changed because
it was never.
There was someone doing my rule without some kind of like foreign preacher came over and pissed someone off and.
No, it was never officially. The wording for the First Amendment was never officially changed.
I know the Supreme Court generally upholds.
Kind of stopped using the official wording.
I know the Supreme Court generally upholds the idea of citizen, not person.
Yes, it's still bullshit.
But
legally, they're not allowed to do that on a technicality, but they're gonna do it anyway because apparently I can go fuck myself.
But the Supreme Court's there to technically to interpret the Constitution in the way of the law.
Oh yeah, because the Supreme Court's never made a mistake ever
in
the history of the Supreme Court or anything.
Usually Supreme Court decisions last 60 years, give or take, on average.
Because it's not like I've ever on this show or just in my personal life ever in the history of ever seen the Supreme Court of America do something, point out almost immediately that they can't do that and why exactly they can't do that, and be proven bang on correct within 2 weeks. That's literally never happened in the history of this show ever, has it?
Like I say, technically, most Supreme Court decisions last about 60 years, give or take, on average.
Never in the history of this show has a president signed an executive order that I've pointed out was extremely illegal and against the Constitution, only to be proven within literally a fortnight to be correct in that belief. That's literally never happened in the history of ever, has it? Trump! But it's...
on the point with the student, I can see the point is, he's a student there, he's purely got his visa, because he's not American citizen or anything like that. Yeah. He purely got his visa there to go there for educational reasons.
Yes.
Getting involved in protests or political stuff on the side of that kind of goes against what the visa's for.
In that case then, right? In that case, if that stands to, they're going to run with it. It should also be against the rules for like a foreign student in America, right? Even if it's a Saturday, right? Not even got classes. If they go to a pub, deported, gone.
Yes.
You're not here to drink, you're here to learn, deported. If you go to a basketball game, deported. Mm-hmm. Go to a baseball game, deported. Football game, deported.
Yes, it's
right. You attend an extracurricular activity with your university, right? Let's say you join the D&D club at university. You're not learning anything, deported. You're not here to play games, you're here to learn, deported. That's going to help you become a doctor, deported.
Yes, I know.
If you're not allowed to do one extra...
Can I get a word in?
No, you can't. If you're not allowed to one extracurricular, you're not allowed fucking any.
Yeah, pretending protest is an extracurricular.
I disagree. It's a civilian activity that any other civilian within American soil would have every right to participate in.
To me, it comes down to, if you want to use that as a standard of you got involved in political discourse, therefore deported. Mm-hmm. Right? I would have my main thing would be, was a protest within the rules of protesting?
Exactly. See, for me, it would be like, right, he did a protest, but also he punched a cop.
Yeah, then yes.
Deport him. Fair.
Because that's gone beyond what a protest is. Type thing.
If he's just like on school campus, because I believe it's the case with the Colombian kid that's being deported at the minute. If I remember it from what I read, he was on school grounds.
Yes.
It was like a student pro-Gaza thing, right? He's still on school property, right? So he's not causing a nuisance to the public.
Yes.
He's on school property. It was a peaceful protest. No one was harmed. No one was threatened. No foul words were exchanged. Right? To my understanding, the only reason himself and any of the other students involved were arrested was because the university threw a hissy fit. Because, in the university's wording, again, if I remember this correctly, they were causing an obstruction, and the police basically turned up, dispersed the crowd. Some of the crowd, including the student, refused to disperse because they're pointing out we have the right to do this, and they were arrested for disobeying commands. And he's being deported.
Under the first amendment under the protest ruling, if the police term say please just have to disperse, no matter what you want, they have to disperse, unless in a designated area for protest with permits.
True, but 2 points: A, that's not very American. Fuck you, and B, fuck you anyway, and C, fuck the police.
Right.
Like,
so if technically, again, I'm not thinking pretty sure on the student visas because I know how it works over here. If you get arrested with a police record, you can automatically lose your student visa, therefore be up for deportation.
Yes.
Now the question comes down with the Supreme Education made is, if you sell a student visa, then technically the deportation doesn't count.
Yes.
Depends if what they have to do is then find a reason to cancel your student visa.
Yes.
That gives them the right to deport. Now getting arrested and having a police record, theoretically is grounds for that. But then again, a good civil rights attorney could take the case and say, look, he was at a protest.
Yes.
He only got arrested because he was at the protest, which was a legal protest, and therefore the arrest shouldn't count, therefore maintain your student visa.
Exactly. That as well, I would argue, the arrest in and of itself wasn't a legal arrest. Like, realistically, no crimes were broken. Because I've always held the genuine opinion, if you're doing a protest on school grounds, right, especially if you live in the student accommodation on school grounds,
yes,
right, you're not in public property, you're not even theoretically on private property. What you're doing, you're having a protest in your own fucking front garden.
Right, the problem with that one depends on the school itself. If the school,
I don't care what fucking school it is. You're on your front lawn.
If the university is public, get money for the government, then what you say, technically applies.
Even if it's a private university, mate, you're in your front fucking garden, realistically.
Well, no, because even on private property, you can be determined what you can and can't do.
Even then, you're in your front fucking garden, mate. Right? If I stood outside our fucking house, right, in our front garden, holding a sign that said "fuck the government," and the police tried to lift me, I'd punch the fucking policeman.
Yes.
In fact, I crossed that fence in our front garden, I do it out on the fucking pavement, I fair enough lift me, Bobby. I'm in my front garden, you ain't fucking touching me, pal.
The other thing, I love to flag our flag we've got. But I can't, for some reason is...
I would probably get done.
We get done because for advertisement on a council property.
Yes.
It's a weird rule they've got, because I remember a family, it was going back a few years, flew with Jolly Roger, because there's sudden load of pirate stuff.
So keep talking, I'm listening. You want to pass?
So there's sudden load of pirate stuff, and it was some Al Bint down the street complained to the local council, and the woman literally got fined for having an advertising product on her because it was written like a Kunsthaus, and got fined and demanded to take it down because she was therefore advertising products and services.
Yes.
I think it's a fucking Jolly Roger, you stupid thing.
Yeah, like it's
for a fucking kid.
It's like a Creative Commons flag, so like legally it belongs to literally everyone. But
yeah, but the user fact is that the flag was used by privateers, therefore advertising a privateer service, therefore it falls under the.
But the Jolly Roger wasn't used by privateers. The Jolly Roger was explicitly a pirate flag, not a privateer flag.
Pirate short for privateer.
No, it's not.
It is.
No. Privateers usually would work with one specific government or a collection of governments during the height of the piracy era to commit the act of piracy against other nations.
Yeah, that's the point.
Pirates didn't.
It's like the
Pirates worked out of the independent nation of Nassau, better known as the Pirates Republic of Nassau or the Free People's Republic of Nassau, and just kind of pillaged anything that wasn't a fellow pirate.
The Libertania.
Yes.
No, the way the word is, like the Vikings is, the term Viking is the act of raiding, not the name of the people. Organization.
No.
Yes.
No. A Viking is a profession. Being a Viking was a profession in the Nordic realm.
No.
Yes, Viking was a job title. The act they were committing, the act of pillaging, was called going a Vikingen. You were a Vikinger who was going Vikingun.
Yes, but technically it was a sub-profession only took on in the winter.
True,
No,
but
there's
it
no
was
such
still
thing.
a profession.
There's no such thing as professional Viking because most 80% of all Vikings, apart from very few,
Were predominantly farmers and
yes.
fishermen, granted, but also they made the majority of their money going a Vikinger.
yes, but generally the way the law,
Vikingum, sorry.
the way the Brit legal framework works in England, is the term Viking referred to the act of pillaging, not the race. Same with privateering.
We are literally the most retarded fucking country on
Now,
the
same with
planet Earth,
privateering
I
is a
swear to
privateer is a term for a person who owns their own boat and can work for the government.
No, that's not.
It still counts to this day.
That's not what a privateer is.
And
Right.
the act of piracy or being a pirating was an act you did as a privateer, but not the definition of what a privateer is.
Right. Who in the government has the power to make those decisions? And could I have a polite word with them in a quiet, dark room with soundproofing, please?
Admittedly, these rulings still technically apply from the 1790s, I think.
Yeah. Who currently in our government has the ability to fix this stupidity? And may I please have a quiet, polite word with them in a dark, silent room?
Theoretically, House of Lords.
Bring me every member of the House of Lords and put me in a quiet, dampened room.
Yeah.
Dark and dampened. Soundproofing. You know padded cells?
Yes.
Put me in there with every single member of the House of Lords and turn up the fucking lights.
So it's like, say,
Give me 5 minutes.
if we bought
5 minutes, Batman.
if we bought our own ship and started like trampling goods, would technically fall into the privateer category.
That's not privateering, that's merchant. That's independent merchantry. I hate this country. I fucking hate this country so much. We literally invented the language and we can't even use it correctly. What the fuck is wrong with this country? We're getting about as bad as the fucking Yankees. Next thing I know, we're gonna take the U out of colour.
Now,
I swear to God, it's a slippery slope, Fat Man T. That's what it's gonna be next.
Yeah.
First they start misusing terms and phrases. Next thing you know, they're taking the U out of colour.
now,
I refuse to spell coloured folk the way the Yankees do.
now,
I refuse to
on
do
the point
it.
of your independent merchant, for that you have to join the Merchant Navy.
That's not independent.
It's a union, which technically makes you an independent thing.
No. Oh my God. Oh, we're
Yeah.
literally as bad as the Americans.
We are, yes.
We are the reason WWE still gets away with their independent contractor bullshit. I swear to God. We are a fucking write-off of a species. I swear to God, Fat Man T, the human race is a fucking... What the fuck is happening with this life? The human race is a... Fuck you. The human race is an absolute... I'm having a falling out with you kitchen lights. The human race is a fucking write-off of a species. And I'm done with all of you motherfuckers. All you homo sapien pieces of shit. I'm done with all of you. Right, I'm moving to an uninhabited island off the coast of the Pacifics. I'm gonna found a femboy republic, and it's gonna be awesome. And we're gonna do gay femboy piracy, not gay femboy privateering. We're gonna do gay femboy piracy, and I'm going to rebirth the nation of Nassau, the independent people's pirating republic of Nassau, and it's gonna be femboy Nassau, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. We're gonna build our own Nassau with blackjack and hookers.
I'm just imagining like the poor horror of the people you rob of being robbed by a lot of twink cat femboys.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna build the femboy pirate republic with blackjack, hookers, and a shit ton of booze. We're gonna have gay pride every week. And it's gonna be fucking fantastic. And as the pirate king of the femboy pirate republic, I will naturally have a catboy harem.
Yeah.
As is my right as the pirate king.
Yeah, but that's technically anyone who owns their own ship and crew is a
No,
privateer.
they're not. Fuck you and fuck the government. No, they're not. That's not what the phrase privateer means. I don't care if the law says that's what it means. That's not what the dictionary defines privateer as, and it's sure as shit not what history defines the term as privateer as.
I don't actually know the dictionary defines privateer as.
Like, Yarhar fucking Hochemenards.
Is that privateer?
Fuck. Privateer.
ATEER.
Yeah.
Armed ship owned by a crew, by a private individual holding government concession and authorization to use in war, especially the captain of merchant ships. An advocate or expender of a private enterprise. It may be restricted corporation supposedly.
Yes, it's why the East
Well,
India
what's
Trade
sector?
Company got away with 80% of their bullshit because they were technically a privateering foundation.
Competitor in the race as a private individual rather than as a member of a team. So yeah, theoretically both I can understand why both sides work.
No, the British government's explanation for a privateer is fucking nonsense. Because there were plenty of privateers that didn't partake in pillaging and pirating; they simply sank enemy vessels.
Yes. But they said the act of piracy is technically the idea of unsanctioned government activities. I think the law says it.
No.
Of raiding ships.
No. Piracy is the unlawful raiding of vessels as well as the smuggling and selling of contraband upon the same vessel.
But yeah, that's how technically our law defines it, of the two sides.
I genuinely hate this country.
And as for an armed vessel these days, having a rifle on board classifies an armed vessel.
That does it. I'm moving to Sparta.
I don't read anything about armed vessels like cannons and stuff on board, but no.
Like, you know what? The Greeks might be onto something. Maybe the British can go fuck themselves. Maybe femboys are better. Maybe them Spartans were onto something with the whole freedom idea. You know, maybe democracy is a fucking mistake.
Israel strikes Gaza some more.
Yeah,
That whole, because of Trump's bullshit, the whole ceasefire that was going okay-ish.
Yeah, like it was shaky, but it was kind of working.
Just completely collapsed.
Yeah. So Gaza's on fire. Gatwick Airport's on fire.
Yep. Scotland's on fire.
That random house is was on fire for a whole frame. Fucking what?
Bernie Sanders' US is living in a moment of extraordinary danger.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Bernie Sanders died.
No, he's still alive.
I must have dreamt that shit. I'm like 80% sure I read a headline like 6 months ago that Bernie Sanders had died.
He's still alive. He's still alive and kicking. He's in his 90s, but he's still going.
I genuinely, I swear I remember reading like 6 months ago Bernie Sanders had had a heart attack or something and died.
No, he did have a heart attack, but he didn't die. So
I must have dreamt that second half then, but I must have had a weird ass fever dream where fucking Bernie Sanders died in his sleep or something.
But I know, like, he's no longer running for any political office.
Yeah.
And that is kind of the Congress basically gave him an honorary membership of the office. He kind of like comes in when he feels like it.
I mean, valid.
But he's like...
Oh, it's like the House of Lords, but sensible.
Yes. He technically has no power, he sits there and talks to people and like...
Yeah, so the House of Lords, but actually a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Now he looked over Trump's so-called tariffs.
Do you know what still pisses me off about the House of Lords, incidentally?
What's that?
David Cameron's a member of the House of Lords now.
Yes. Anyone technically has an OBE.
I'm still just... A, I'm pissed off David Cameron got an OBE, and B, I'm just pissed off that he's in the House of Lords.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't believe the pig fucker got back in.
Yes.
I can't believe they let the pig fucker back through the doors of the fucking Westminster building. I'm genuinely irritated by that.
I love how he's trying to bury that story, even though he's too...
I genuinely, I was talking to some of my American buddies about this earlier today. I was like, do you know what's genuinely terrifying to me about David Cameron as a person? As a celebrity. A regional trinket, if we're being more fair, in Britain. Do you know what's terrifying about that? I know more people who know David Cameron as a pig fucker than I do people who remember David Cameron was our Prime Minister.
Yes.
And I'm not talking friends from other countries. No, I'm talking people who live in this country and were alive while David Cameron was in office, who only know David Cameron as there are guys I went to school with who don't know David Cameron was our Prime Minister and just know him as that posh pig fucker.
I don't know.
It's genuinely terrifying to me that an ex-Prime Minister of this country is more well known as that guy what fucked a pig's head than he is as the guy that ran the country for a while.
It's even worse. Right?
He's the reason Brexit was a piece of shit and a farce
Yeah,
of a
the
job.
fact that he ran off didn't do his job.
Yeah.
Is Theresa May
Damn near fucking made Brexit work. Sadly, she was too much of a pussy to get Germany told they fuck off.
Yeah. Theresa May, no people know the fact that she was PM either.
Yeah.
Right.
Most people can...
Even
Because to be fair, it was a very dull run.
Even the rest of the world, like, because other people say, oh, there's only one, even in Britain only has one female prime minister. Like, no, we've had two. Technically three. Technically three, but...
I don't know if we can realistically count Liz Truss.
I don't count Liz Truss
She was
because...
there for, what, fucking 2 weeks? But still, like...
2 weeks and destroy the economy. It's
literally
impressive.
outlasted by a cabbage. I still genuinely love, like, fucking Good Morning Britain did that whole bit of, like, they got an A4 printout of Liz Truss's face and just sellotaped it to a cabbage.
Yeah.
And the cabbage... Like Liz Truss left office before the cabbage went off.
Yeah.
And you can tell they were trying to give her the best benefits as possible. Like, the cabbage was in direct sunlight, next to a window, it had, like, heaters around it, it was the middle of summer, and the cabbage still outlasted her ass.
And did less environmental damage than he did.
Yeah, it's insane.
But yeah, Liz Truss I don't really count because, again, she wasn't there that long to count.
Yeah, like, I don't even think she managed to sign the documents, but I don't even think she, like, was in long enough to make it official.
I don't think she actually moved into Downtown Street, to be honest.
I don't think she unpacked her fucking suitcase, mate.
Yeah, well, even across the world, like, everyone forgets that Theresa May existed.
Yeah.
Right? And even most people in Britain forget that she was actually LPM.
Which, to be fair, I only remember her because she's just the modern day version of Margaret Thatcher.
She was towards the end.
She had a face like a fucking dog-licking piss off of a thistle, and she did more economic damage than literally any other Prime Minister we've had that wasn't Bojo the Clown.
Bojo the Clown.
Boris Johnson.
Ah. But yeah,
you ever heard of Bojo the Clown before for Boris Johnson?
I've heard like Nest Head and that type of stuff. But
Bojo the Clown was like a popular one in Scotland.
Bicycle Batman was another one I heard.
Yeah. Nah, but Bojo the Clown was like your number one in Scotland. That was like your go-to one for them.
Another feed. Hang on, I'll check something quickly.
Checking the secondary news feed.
Yes, because there's even three.
Wait a minute. Click that again. Click show more. Wait a minute. What was that? Please.
Yes.
Fuck it. Nah, wait a minute. Shut the fuck up. Wait a minute. Nah,
that's what I'm looking for.
Nah, wait a minute. I gotta clear my eyes and put on my double seeing glasses. Fucking excuse the fuck out of me. Police dress as Batman and Robin to foil scammers on London Bridge.
Yes.
What the fuck? What kind of a fucking loopy land fucking dark timeline did I wake up in? Excuse me? We've got Bobbies dressing as Oh, we know the names of the Bobbies too. PC Osmond and PC Watson dressing up as Batman and fucking Robin.
I want to call a bit of the story myself. It's like, what the fuck happened here?
What in the name of talking now?
Right, go back up.
Fuck me.
Christopher Batman and Robin foiled scammers in London Bridge. Bird Darrell Watson and police constable
Abrios man had to think outside. Did they really have to think outside the box? Could they not just rocked up in uniform with cuffs? I feel like turn up as Batman and Robin's a bit more fucking conspicuous than just a police uniform.
2 scammers in London since the officers' faces have been too well known.
Their faces were too well known, but Batman and Robin, they can't hardly them.
Well, it's a good question, like, swooped by to detain them in. He is like, he's fairly can't go to the crowd. I'm Batman.
This is what the British police force are fucking doing. with their budget.
Gangsters target tourists with games known as the 3 Cup Challenge or the Shell. Oh, fucking hell, man.
I wouldn't mind. I don't even know why these like gambling scams are illegal. They're actually relatively fair.
Yeah, you don't fully cheating on it, but yeah, it's the.
Yeah, like, I don't know, maybe times are different, but like, gamer, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've won a shit ton of money doing those street games.
Yes.
Like, like sure, there's some sketch ones out there. Every motherfucker I've ever played it with has been fucking straight up with it. Like,
I mean, I've played it a few times. You can tell us this dodgy ones for a while.
Oh yeah, like you can tell them from like 6 miles off of like, you know, fucking.
I'm sorry, if you're.
I ain't playing with you today, buddy.
If you're a tourist and you don't think, we've got a guy sitting here in a box with some cups. Oh, this seems like a legit idea to make some money.
This seems above board.
You know, it's like, no. You deserve it at that point. Oh yes, I'll have my wallet to this little Athenian run past me. He'll keep it safe for me.
And even then, like realize, so long as you ain't a fucking gambling addict and you know when to call it quits, you're just like, okay, I've thrown a tenner at this now.
Yeah.
You know, I've had 4 shots. I still ain't won. I think we'll cut our losses. We'll lose the tenner. We'll go up to Marks and Sparks and have a sandwich. You know,
it's not a very good Batman costume either.
It really fucking isn't.
I thought we were going full bait now, full latex one version.
Gamer, the Batman costume I wore at 16 years old to run a children's gala was higher quality than that. And we bought it off of Amazon. I'd have fucking convicted Batman and Robin and all. Oh, you meant the criminals were convicted, right?
By a magistrate of London.
I have one single question about this, and it's who the fuck paid for the costumes? And if the answer is the British police force, I'm not gonna be a happy sailor.
Providing the facilities for gambling. That's what they're arrested on.
We'll never know who paid for the fucking costumes.
No, their own costumes.
Thank God. See, if like the British Constabulary paid for those costumes, I was gonna be a very unhappy fucking fanboy today.
No, it was technically their own costumes they got.
It's still fucking nonsense.
Oh, that's what I was looking for last time. Yeah, the other one I had was Scunthorpe. King Charles has stepped up and signed a new law and thing saying they can't close down the steelworks there.
Right.
Saving one of the British steelworks that not been destroyed. What else was Trump's losing his temper again?
Nothing new there.
Because these tariffs aren't working that way he expected to. Because what's fun about it is America had an order from Canada to supply them with the F-35s.
Yes.
The new Canadian Air Force. Since Trump put the tariff in place, Canada went, I don't know if I want this or not, but you know, I got an option. Britain, the little fuckers, we are, went over to Canada and says, you know what, Trump's got the tariff on you, we want the F-22s, the F-32s. Yeah, against. We've got the new Eurofighter.
No, so we have the Eurofighter, which is just the F-32, but fucking better.
Do you want that instead? And we'll give you a discount. And the Canadian went, okay.
Yeah, bet. It's a better aircraft and it's cheaper. Yeah, we'll take that. Fuck it.
And Trump's losing because they've lost another $5 billion on that contract. So he's not too happy at Canada at the moment.
You know, it's almost like, you know, global trade deals work very different to, like, you know, commercial business trade deals because they're, you know, more delicate and complicated.
Yeah. They said the Americans also pissed off the fact we're not buying their weapons anymore. Or their equipment.
Well, I mean, in fairness, you ask me, we shouldn't have been buying it in the first place.
No, we shouldn't have been.
Especially their infantry gear. Gamer American infantry gear is so fucking shit.
I mean, I've got a couple of friends in the army, especially during like Desert Storm, who had like all that desert crap.
The Desert Storm equipment was, especially like those first 4 years worth.
Yeah.
Fucking trash. Bro.
And it's like, what was the biggest thing? And he said, "Oh, welcome gift for the American suppliers." And it's, okay, what was the biggest problem with it? Well, the bright shiny buttons stuck to the outside.
Oh yeah.
You know, kind of like the point of camo at that point.
Yeah, adding on as well the fact that, like, for some ungodly reason, rather than going to the Middle East and taking sand samples so as to get as close to a shade of sand as possible for the region, they went with Californian sand yellow.
Yes.
Meaning the camouflage is, again, for the first 5 years of Desert Storm, was less than fucking worthless. You were you were approximately infinitely brighter yellow in colour than the sand around you was.
What's even worse is apparently a lot of the South Soldiers switched out to the light version of the ODS, which somehow worked better than the sand one did.
Gamer, I won't lie to you. I've seen footage from the first 4 years of Desert Storm on British bases where motherfuckers were wearing the British Mark II camo.
Yeah.
Because it was unironically more valuable as a camouflage in the desert. Keep in mind, Mark II camo is green.
Yeah. That's the ODS.
Genuinely more valuable to them in the desert than America's first shot at America. Desert cam.
My rig I've got in the cupboard for my airsoft. That's the example I think was 2010.
Yes, that's the 2010 model of the.
Which still isn't right for the desert environment.
It's still, however,
it's better.
Infinitely closer to the correct color.
Yes, because I think that was based on an Sahara unit.
It's based on Sahara. Still the wrong region, but it's a closer color of sand.
Yes.
It's very similar shades. You can almost get away with it.
Yeah, I got some pouches from later on, which are much darker compared to the rest of the uniform. And then you can tell that so I thought, sand is sand myself originally, because until I started looking at the pattern, no, I can clearly see the difference.
That as well as sand is sand. Okay, look at the White Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah.
Look at the beach at the bottom of it. Now look at the Sahara Desert. Note how one of the two is fucking white, and the other is a kind of browny yellow.
So, what else is it? Yeah, back with what we were having before we came on stream. And that's with over.
What were we even talking about before we came on stream?
It was Tesla and Toyota.
With the fucking hydrogen fucking power
my point was
next to a battery.
Is I like the GM General Motors version when they brought out the first hydrogen fuel cell car. Technically,
yes.
Didn't production it with this because
it was a concept car, but it was a good idea because you didn't have a fucking battery right next. to the
technically you still had the electric motor, but you basically just ran a power plant powered straight to a capacitor that ran straight into the motor itself.
Yes.
Which meant the car could technically run the entire town off your car.
Yes.
For quite a while. The only reason that was scrapped as a concept at the time was because of
I would assume
OPEC.
Logistic issues, weight issues, balance issues, and presumably the fact there was still, because there still is even today quite a lot of fear around using hydrogen-based fuels thanks to the Hindenburg.
That probably was the picture of it just says you put in petrol which explodes anyway in your car.
I mean, to be fair though, if you crash a Toyota Hilux, it's a bit less explodable than a hydrogen.
Yeah, but then you got the LPG came around the same time. People dumped that very easily.
True, but again,
and that's the high pressure can in the back of your car, which could even take a hit, detonates as well.
True, but again, even with an LPG can, if I hook that into a brick wall and it explodes, it's kind of a small. I crash a car with a hydrogen power plant in the engine bay. I'm taking out 7 city blocks. One's basically a nuke. The other.
Well, what the GM model they had, right? Which is it's one of those things that's uniquely American, but also works very well as an idea. Was all the systems were basically built into the chassis itself.
Oh God.
Right, so we had
I hate that.
A lot of components built straight into the chassis, the wheels, everything, drivetrain. And what you did is say if you wanted to make a family saloon. You go to your trip, you say I want a family saloon model, and they basically unbolt the bodywork and slide on a new bodywork for the family saloon model, and click it into the bodywork, and vice versa. You could do with a van or pickup truck as you need it.
No.
That was what the General Motors one, and that was out back in, I think it was 2005. That one was showcased.
Yes, we'll make the cars so that you can have a van, or even like a family saloon car, with the exact same turning radius as each other. Because we've done nothing to the suspension. Meaning, if you make the mistake of buying the van model, and you decide to load 2 pallets in the back, you're gonna scrape your fucking exhaust off. You're gonna be doing an American version of that Glaswegian can with his iPhone. I'm having a fucking wonderful day. Me exhaust fell off. On the bright side though, proceeds to make a Toyota Hilux sound like a Lamborghini. Rem. Upgrade.
Yeah. No, that you have...
Only in a long southern draw kind of an accent.
Now, what I can tell with
I see no fucking flaws in that there proposal, good sir.
Now, essentially what the Toyota's doing is giving the engine, the hydrogen fuel power engine, and then allowing it to link to a battery for that like stop-start technology bullshit that came out in the 2012s.
I'm familiar.
You know, we ran a battery for a bit, then we got like 30 miles an hour, the engine then kicks in.
Yeah.
Type thing. So that's what they're looking at and using the hydrogen for that reason to run the car. Hence why you get solid-state batteries in there. So you got the power to run for to get 30, then the engine kicks in.
Yes, a solid-state battery approximately 8 feet from a hydrogen power plant surrounded with metal. The hardest battery to make not just spew electricity out of itself at high voltage rates, surrounded with metal, that's very good, in fact, one could even go as far as to say talented at conducting electricity. 8 feet away from a very explosive, electricity sensitive hydrogen power plant, surrounded by the exact same metal.
Yes.
Can anyone by chance see the fucking flaw in
Well, the
this
problem is
plan?
they've already got a car in production called the Miran, which is using this technology.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Toyota, I know the world's plummeting towards Armageddon at like a record speed. That doesn't mean y'all gassed out gamers need to fucking help it along.
Now, so far this car's only been slated to be built and sold in America at the moment.
That's gotta be on purpose. I genuinely don't think there's another country enough stupid enough to buy it.
It's currently built in the Kentucky, Toyota plant in Kentucky.
Of course the fucking Kentuckians agreed to this idea. Of course the state that's known for free things, chicken, corn, and horse farming agreed to this. Sorry, did I say corn? I meant coal. Chicken, coal, and horse farming. Of course the Kentucky hillbillies agreed to building a hydrogen power plant, a battery, and having the two 8 feet apart and surrounded with metal. Of course the hillbilly hicks came up with the idea and went, aye, that sounds fucking brilliant, that's gonna be way faster than the horses. And if we crash it, we won't have to waste a bullet on it. We won't even have to waste a bullet on ourselves if we crash and break our legs. Because we'll all fucking die.
Now, I have heard rumours, when I was digging into this, that Toyota's planning on entering into the rally.
Not with that.
Yeah.
It would be genuinely safer to enter that car into the demo derby. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. You'd be less likely to kill anyone, and even if you did kill people, the casualty numbers would be lower.
Now, from what 2 rumours I've heard, I've dig into, is they went into the World Rally Championship because it's got it's not fully electric. It's got a power plant in there. It only counts as a powered vehicle, so it can enter under the petrol and the diesel divisions.
Yes.
They're also thinking about doing the Dakar Rally with it by putting the technology into Hilux. The world's most dangerous rally, and they're gonna
Into the world's shittest pickup truck. Fucking Christ.
now. I'll admit, if the technology they have works,
It's still a death trap. Even if it works, you ding the bastard at 10 miles an hour, you're taking out 7 city blocks. Like, there's no way around it. There's no way to build a hydrogen engine where crashing it doesn't lead to mass casualties.
It depends on you say. It depends on you how you. The biggest problem with hydrogen is the cell itself. How you store the hydrogen.
I'd argue that the biggest problem with hydrogen is, how kind of violently it tends to go when you fuck it up.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. How he's going to store it in the car is going to be the biggest question for me. Yeah. Because you've got decent store.
How you store it. If you hit a wall at 30, you're gonna set off a thermonuclear device in the process. Not literally, but you get my point.
I get your point. It would be an interesting explosion.
Like, you're gonna Moab a city.
But still, if your storage container you have for it is good enough, then you shouldn't have that kind of problem.
Unless they're making the fucking hydrogen storage bay out of the same shit we seem to make the black boxes of planes out of, which I doubt, because I don't think we got any of that shit left. I think we've used all of Earth's natural resource of god metal building the black boxes for planes.
Well, no, they're currently working on new metal, which is basically a alloy of titanium, tungsten, and
so conductive,
and I think it was germanium
conductive
into like an alloy, which theoretically, according to the scientists who are making it, the more heat and pressure you give it, the stronger it becomes. Because it pushes the bonds together. Because originally this stuff was designed for like a probe to do an Earth core exploration type probe thing.
No.
So in theory, if it does
the opposite.
If it does detonate, then the heat and the pressure of the explosion would contain it within the cell.
No. If you make an alloy out of conductive metals, and only conductive metals, when heat or electricity interacts with it and heats it up, it's going to agitate all the molecules, cause them to bounce faster and naturally start spreading apart, making the structure weaker. Now, if they were to use non-conductive metals instead...
titanium's not conductive. No, it's not conductive.
Heat conductive.
Well, all metals are heat conductive, theoretically. You need one metal that's not heat conductive.
Brass. Brass is literally a motherfucker to get to transfer heat.
Brass heats up very nicely.
Oh, I know. You can heat up brass, yes, but it's hard to... if you take a brass plate and you lay it across another brass plate, like at the seams, and you take a blowtorch to the first one, you can still touch the end of the second one and not burn your finger. You do that with titanium, you're melting your hand into the fucking beam.
No, I burn my finger plenty on brass, thank you.
Yeah, not with an overlap plate.
Yeah. I've polished and messed around with more brass than I care to admit to. Yeah. So my mother got obsessed with collecting brass for some reason.
Yeah. See, again, friction heat, yeah, easy peasy, you can burn yourself up. Direct heat exposure from, say, a blowtorch or an explosion, with brass, you're pretty much fine.
But anyway, the reason...
the explosive force would just pop the brass, but, we'll pretend not for a brief second and only focus on the heat issue there.
But what's funny about this one, though, it's even better, is that what happened was Elon Musk, Toyota, and the Toyota CEO was sit down having a talk for this interview. Right, and basically the guy from Toyota spent the entire thing just trolling Elon Musk, saying how shit his cars were, because...
Well, yeah, they are fucking terrible.
Because they're uncomfortable, they're breaking down all the time.
They're not road legal in,
half countries.
Half of the world.
Yeah, and you can't even get the truck out you promised everybody.
Yeah.
Your
Cybertruck's a piece of shit.
So he's basically spent 2 hours trolling Elon Musk, at the point where Elon Musk got so angry he just walked off.
I still can't believe anyone actually bought the Cybertruck. How can you look at that fucking box piece of shit and go, that's pretty, I want one?
There's still 1 million people wanting that truck.
I don't know how. I don't know how you can look at that box piece of shit and go, that's pretty, I want one. No, gamer. They're so lazy they couldn't even be fucked to paint the bodywork. It's just steel. Mm-hmm. It ain't even got a paint on the fucking thing.
It's stainless steel.
It is just stainless steel and only stainless steel.
No, what they've done was they now have wraps you can put in the car now for an extra, I think, $5,000.
Or they could do what literally every other car company on planet Earth does and give you like 3 standard colours to pick from. That they'll paint it for you, and if you want a different colour, you pay like an
Well, they
extra
can't paint it
grand.
because that'll damage the stainless steel. So they have to powder coat it.
Have they considered, and hear me out here, using this wonderful new technology that has been around since the late fucking 70s, called stainless steel paint?
Apparently, no,
Better known in most countries as stainless paint. Have they fucking considered using the paint that exists specifically for the job of painting stainless steel
the problem
to paint stainless
the problem
steel?
you got is there's that mixture of stainless steel they're using. That paint, if you apply the stainless steel paint we have onto it, will rust it.
It's not stainless steel then.
It is, but it's just a different combination of stainless steel.
It's not
I
stainless
think it contains
steel then.
it contains way more zinc than the other stainless
It's
steel
not
does,
stainless steel then.
and that. So they've got wraps for it. The problem with the wraps is they found out later on that the glue that used for the wrapping,
Why are they using glue in the first place for the wrap?
I have no idea.
You're supposed to. A car wrap's meant to be made of vinyl, and you apply it using a heat gun, so that the vinyl literally melts onto the metal and self-adhesives. Because that's kind of what vinyl does. Because vinyl is basically plastic with extra fucking steps.
And the adhesive they use for the wrap causes damage to the stainless steel as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So this car is fucking useless as a car. That, and found the batteries only last 2 years as well. Because of the weight issue.
They can't even build a fucking car.
And guess
I genuinely think I could build a better car in a shed with fucking plywood and a drill.
Guess how much it costs to replace the battery in the Cybertruck?
$40 billion.
Between 20 to 40 grand, depending where you are,
For a battery.
for the battery pack in the Cybertruck.
Wait, is the battery pack fucking gold plated, aye?
It's the amount of lithium ion in it, lithium ion batteries in it. That's what it costs to replace, because the entire battery system for that is again rammed into the chassis. It's basically entire. You know, your skid plate in your car. It's the entirety of that is your battery system, both the two. So I have to take all that out and
Why is the
replace.
battery on the skid plates? What the oh, for fuck's sake. I swear to God, I'm already plotting to out Vince McMahon. You know what? I'm opening a car factory and I'm gonna out Elon.
Oh, what is that?
Like I fucking swear to God.
Did you know Tesla?
Shut up, you. I don't want you to manage.
8 times the profit. Sure it does, pal. What the fuck is that?
Oh, there's some slow cars. Hey, that's the battery pack from a.
You're fucking joking.
Nah. That literally mounts to the underside of the car. That's how to
Look at
place
the
it.
fucking state of the chassis work.
That literally mounts in the chassis scaffolding parts.
I've seen paper mache models of cars done by fucking 9-year-olds that look more fucking sturdy than that piece of shit.
Yeah.
It looks like it's been made up with fucking recycled fucking Monster Energy cans, for fuck's sake.
Now I think this is the end of that's the Cybertruck version of it.
Look at the fucking state of this. Why did the battery packs look like fucking server nodes?
Yeah. Then about
What the fuck is going on? Oh, please tell me that wasn't even. Oh, those are capacitors, isn't they?
No, they're batteries.
Oh.
Essentially, those batteries are the same thing I'm using my vape, theoretically in terms. Just round in series and put into block units.
I fucking hate this.
No, I think this is the new Toyota one for the solid state system.
Oh, we've got plexiglass getting involved right off the bat. That's a fucking great sign.
No, I think it's
aye.
just for display purposes.
Still, plexiglass is getting involved. That fills a gamer with confidence.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna start going around to local petrol stations with EV chargers, and I'm gonna start just unplugging cunts' Teslas so that they come back after 6 hours, get in their car, start it up, and read on the mileage counter. 2.
There's another one. That's an early model from I think that's Mach 2 Tesla.
I've seen go-karts built by brain-damaged American 12-year-olds that have got higher production value than that.
Yeah.
Frankly, I've seen go-karts made by the same 12-year-olds that are probably safer to fucking get on than that.
Mm-hmm. I knew they were bad when they installed them in. I just didn't know they were that
fucking abysmal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, now wait a minute, go back. What in the Star Trek fuck?
Oh, that's the new coupe, that's the new family coupe thing they're doing.
Right. Why do the back doors open upward, but the front doors open out? Like, what the fuck? What in the Klingon fucking bird of transport fuckery? The back doors open upwards, but the front doors, they open fucking outward and horizontal like a normal car. What we've done is we've taken the front of a Lamborghini and we've welded it to the back of a Dacia Duster, and we've called it a day, gentlemen.
Yeah, it does seem like very
fucking stupid.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
We're gonna get 2 completely different door systems that use completely different ceiling types, and we put them on the same car, so that the mechanics blow their brains out every 48 hours.
Nothing worse about this though. Right, you gotta remember, Tesla's been designed for like in city type work.
Aye.
Like California and stuff. Now you can imagine in big city in America for like parking, it's multi-story car parks.
Aye.
You see how tight those bays are.
Aye.
You can imagine going to the back of that.
Good fucking luck getting your upward door to open. Well, at least get good luck getting it to open without having an insurance claim against the cunt part next to you.
Now
you can picture that one, wee Timmy trying to get out for soccer practice. Fucking bonk! Oh no! I've broken the windy of the Toyota Hilux that belongs to the local redneck that can land a fucking bullseye on a buck at 300 fucking feet. Quickly, mother, get us away from the football game. The team can away and touch themselves.
We'll get immediately. Oh no, we've got 2% battery left. We have to charge first.
It's okay, Timmy. If he shoots at us, he'll only kill himself because we're driving in a fucking bomb.
Nope. That's...
See, Your Honor, I rest my case. Look at that piece of shit. How can anyone look at the death rhombus and tell me that there's a purdy car? I want me one of them there.
You know what's...
Death rhombus.
You know what's I heard...
I can't even spell rhombus because I'm from fucking Kentucky.
You know what's worse about that
entire
Cybertruck, right? Is Elon Musk says he's standing for that came from 2 sources. 1, sci-fi movies.
Lies.
Right, and 2, which is even bigger egregious than...
cocaine.
Halo.
No, that's not fair to cocaine, actually.
No, it's probably stylized on the Warthog from Halo.
It doesn't look a fucking thing like that.
The wheels. And I'm pushing at that. The wheels kind of look like something from the Warthog. Now I don't know which is the bigger crime to Halo is either that show that they did, Paramount did,
or this,
or that.
It's the Halo show easily.
You know, but yeah, that was his inspiration for this was the Halo Warthog.
Speaking of the Halo show, did you hear the news?
They're cancelling it.
Even worse.
Oh, don't make another series, are they?
What?
Don't make another series.
I don't know.
Oh God.
I don't know. It's even worse news.
What's that?
Guess what Bethesda did?
What did they do?
They've John Halo Doom guy.
What?
They've John Halo'd Doom Guy.
Okay, I need context now.
So there's a DLC for Doom Eternal, right?
Right, but Doom Eternal. Yeah, Bethesda's been new Doom games, yes.
Yeah. The DLC of Doom Eternal, right?
Yeah.
Where you fight a clone of Doom Guy.
Uh-huh.
In the entire DLC, the clone of Doom Guy doesn't wear a helmet. And during the final fight, well, the cutscene at the end of the final fight, your Doom Guy also takes off his helmet. So we now know what the new canon Doom Guy's face looks like.
Is he ginger?
He actually might be thinking about it. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Because I know that in the original like Doom games, the little face guy at the bottom,
Yeah.
was supposed to represent Doom Marine. Is everyone always like, is he ginger or brown? Hey.
I remember him being brown haired, but
Some early version of the game had him
for the
like
record,
ginger,
by the way, he looks fuck all like that original version.
which is a crime.
I'll be honest, he looks more like, right, you know Marcus Phoenix out of Gears of War,
Yes.
right? Imagine if like his mother was a pug. That's what new Doom Guy looks like. If Marcus Phoenix's mother had been a pug, and I do mean the dog. He's got a very squished, square,
Yeah.
generic American soldier fuckboy number 9 kind of a look.
I mean, I know people complain about Doom Guy talking in the Doom Eternal
See, that I didn't mind as much.
I didn't
'cause
either.
you know what? Fuck it, it's fun.
because it basically is given like one-liner hitters,
Yeah, like it gives you a little bit of personality going on.
which again I
You
would
feel
expect,
less like a sociopath playing the game, you know?
which again though the one-liner is like, yeah, I would imagine Doom Guy, you know,
Yeah.
he's been in hell for like 5,000 years.
He's probably picked up a Joker 7 with the fucking demons.
You know, it's kind of like I can expect like saying, you know, just come up with like random one-liners from the 80s. Like,
you
yeah,
know,
I can accept that.
Like, understandable, you know?
He's
fuck.
bored at some point. Like,
Exactly.
you know, you're 500 demon, you just blew the head off. Like, do you feel lucky, punk?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you get bored, yeah. But no, they've John Halo Doom Guy, and I hate it. I fucking despise it.
That's his new coupe, which is supposed to be built.
Now, incidentally, speaking of the news,
Uh-huh.
maybe because I'm trying to ignore these cars as much as possible because they are hurting my soul. Have you heard the latest news relating to the Minecraft movie?
Oh, I know some arguments over it at the moment because like, there's a lot of people whinging saying that they didn't CGI the full movie.
I don't mind that as much.
And that because the CGI some bits of it, like I think there's some villages the CGI'd in.
Yes. Yeah,
Then
the
they go-
villagers are full CG and they look fucking abysmal.
Then you've got like there's like a whole of like actual people like playing the games like
Yeah.
they couldn't just like animate all humans or CGI. How dare they do this?
So
Like,
that I don't mind so much because, like, you know what, for considering the plot of the film, it kind of works.
yeah,
Because do you know what the plot of the Minecraft movie is?
no,
Right, have a guess.
someone got stuck inside the video game. Basically, did a Tron.
Even worse. You know the new Jumanji remakes?
Yes.
Yeah, it's that again, but The Rock and Kevin Hart isn't in it.
Ah.
Instead, Jason Momoa's in it. It's literally just Jumanji free. Set in Minecraft.
Remind you of Electric Boogaloo.
Yes. But that's not the news I'm referring to. Some big dick internet hero has managed to leak in quotation marks the post-credit scene to the film, right? And at some point in the movie, right, a villager gets transported out of the world of Minecraft into the real world and is hit by a car. The driver of the car, for the record, is Heidi. You know the world famous actress Heidi,
Yes.
right? You know, Legally Blonde, fucking Two Broke Girls. The sort of like she always plays like a weirdly, just vaguely German woman.
Yes, I know what
A
you're talking
slightly
about.
larger lady, very friendly woman, right? She was driving the car. Incidentally, this entire scene is just an advert for this car as well, by the way. Somehow, the car crash, and I fucking know this is this is exactly what is said in the film. The car crash. By the way, Machete turns up in this scene. Just so
Fair
we're all
enough.
on the same page. Machete's in this movie for a whole 6 seconds. Anyway, the villager starts talking, right, in English, and it's like, yes, the car crash transcended the natural barriers of speech. I've learned to speak human, and fucking Heidi over here has learned to speak villager. We're then graced with Heidi and the villager having a whole conversation with subtitles in villager. It's as cringe as it sounds. But my number one issue with this entire scene is who they got in to voice the villager for this one scene. Try and have a guess. Who they could have possibly gotten in to voice the villager.
I have no idea. So like I say, I've not followed any of this movie. Only thing I followed was people whinging the fact that Jack Black was in it and he wasn't CGI'd because he was too fat to play Steve.
Matthew Barry. Matthew Barry. You know the guy from the IT crowd with the very funny scene of, I don't think I've ever opened this drawer in this desk before. I wonder what's in it. A gun! Click, 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 click. Aww. That guy.
Yeah.
You know, like the best guy in like What We Do in the Shadows. You know what, the fucking guy that voiced the Mr. Handies in the Fallout TV show? Mm-hmm. Fucking that guy. For some reason, because I can only assume Hollywood has access to way better drugs than the rest of us mere peasants do.
Well, they do, yes.
It's now technically canon that all of the villagers in Minecraft are canonically British, because the only example of one actually speaking English has a British accent. So it's essentially Hollywood's just accidentally made it canonical that the villagers, better known as natives of the world of Minecraft, are British.
Fair enough.
Posh British at that.
Now, you know what? Listen to this bit. This is the argument between Elon Musk and the CEO of Toyota.
Okay.
With Elon Musk, and Elon completely lost his mind, even saying some very mean words to their CEO. The incident happened during a recent meeting that was reportedly agreed upon as a collaboration proposal, as Toyota is, in fact, already equipped with some fully electric cars. But things went downhill when Elon realized what their chairman, Koji Sato, really had in mind. This is what we know happened. At first, the meeting seemed like it could be productive. Toyota has long been seen as an industry heavyweight, with decades of experience in building some of the most reliable, efficient, and innovative cars in history. Tesla, on the other hand, has always positioned itself as a disruptive force, pushing full electrification as the only way forward. The idea of a partnership wasn't entirely out of the question after all. Toyota once held a stake in Tesla back in the early days, and the two companies had worked together before. But as the conversation progressed, Elon realized he wasn't there to negotiate a deal. He was there to get schooled. Koji didn't hold back. He laid out Toyota's long-term strategy in front of Elon, explaining in excruciating detail why Toyota had resisted jumping headfirst into full electrification. He talked about how EV adoption had been oversold, how battery supply chains were becoming an environmental and economic nightmare, and how consumers were still hesitant about fully electric vehicles due to charging issues and long-term reliability concerns. But then, he delivered the final blow. Toyota had cracked the code on next-generation battery technology. Koji and his team unveiled Toyota's solid-state battery breakthrough, a technology that could render Tesla's lithium-ion-based cars obsolete. These new batteries charge faster, last longer, and are far less prone to degradation than anything Tesla currently offers. Toyota had spent years perfecting this tech behind closed doors, while Musk had been busy slashing prices and struggling with production delays. The message was clear. Tesla bet on the wrong horse, and Toyota is about to take over. Elon couldn't take it. As insiders report, he became visibly agitated, dismissing Toyota's claims as overhyped nonsense and accusing them of trying to sabotage Tesla's vision. But the real breaking point came when Koji Sato reminded him that Toyota had spent decades mastering efficiency while Tesla was still figuring out how to build a car without panel gaps. That's when Elon's...
Oh, that's some shit. That was uncalled uncalled for,
for
Soji.
a Japanese guy.
That was, fuck me, that was uncalled for.
That's the closest you get from Japanese guy calling you a cunt. To your
That
face.
was unfucking necessary. Yo, fucking based, bro. Holy shit, I didn't realize Toyota was chill like that, dude.
Like I said, that's close you get to a Japanese guy calling someone a cunt to their face.
Like, hey,
It's
hey,
something
yo,
like that.
like, hey, yo, Toyota-chan, yo, hey, yo, we're open to sponsorship offers, bro. You just became cool. We're like, hey, yo, I'll never talk shit on the Hilux again. No, okay, I don't lie. I'll
Snapped.
never
Those
talk shit
present
about
at the
Hilux
meeting
again live on
say
air.
that he even made a mocking face and blustered "F you" before storming out of the meeting. Toyota's executives were left unfazed. In fact, some even smirked as Elon walked away.
That's so fucking based. Oh my god. that is
It's like,
incredible. That is. Oh.
I do love it though. I do love it. It's one of those moments like deserved.
Oh yeah. Like, yo, I didn't realize Toyota was based as fuck, bro. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. It's just they said now Elon's basically now on a tear trying to slander Toyota. Where like I'm sorry to say that most people know like Toyota's like, you know, they're not
The Terrorist Mobile 9000.
they're not the flashiest cars in the world, like thingy, but they're solid built and they last.
Yeah, and they're basically bulletproof and damn near unkillable.
Yeah. Every armed force conflict apart from like Britain and America use them as their main military armoured vehicle.
You know, thinking about it, the Toyota Hilux is really the AK-47 of the car world, isn't it?
It is, yes.
All the terrorists use it and it's hard to break it. Damn near impossible to break it.
Yeah.
The Hilux is the AK-47 of the car world.
Yes, but every like third rail country has like a fleet of Toyota Hiluxes.
Yeah, they really do.
Just mounted like every kind of weapon part you can imagine, like rocket launchers, MFLs,
AK-47.
a tank cannon somehow.
I mean, hey, you just gotta get creative with a blow twitch and anything's possible.
You know, it's cutting about the desert, just blasting things away.
Like, damn.
In a way, it is very good advertising for Toyota. It's like, you know, our domestic car we built for domestic users is so tough, and that performs the military vehicle over here.
Yeah. On a regular basis.
It's faster, safer, comfortabler than this Humvee that the Americans push out.
I still genuinely can't believe that the Toyota Hilux, a car that is in no way designed to be bulletproof,
Yeah.
is genuinely better as a military vehicle than the bulletproof and bomb-proof
Humvee.
Humvee.
Yeah.
A car that is literally built with the idea of this bitch can get direct impacted with a Moab and be fine, is shitter in every conceivable fashion outside of direct impact
Yeah.
than the Toyota Hilux.
Because let's be honest, right? No one in the military likes driving in the Humvee.
Yeah, no
They
one
hate
knows
it.
who likes riding in a Humvee.
They're
With the exception of your Top Gunners, but even then they kind of agree it's still a bit shit.
expensive. The fuel economy is dog shit. The suspension is worse.
Yeah.
The shell is either if you're in the desert, you die inside. 'Cause there's no AC.
Yes.
If there is AC, it breaks.
For how like bullet and bomb proof it actually is as a vehicle, its fucking casualty rate is atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
Now granted, like that's mainly because like the terrorists got very good at placing their IEDs in the perfect spots along roads. But even then,
Probably, I guarantee I've seen footage like of a test someone did in like the Middle East.
yes,
Where they drove a Humvee over an IUD, detonated it, the Humvee dead.
yes.
Got the Toyota Hilux.
No, the Hilux was fine.
I think it was the 2015
The
model.
crew inside it were dead, but the fucking Hilux was fine.
2015 model. Drove her, blew up, and like I said, they scooped the bodies out,
Yeah.
grabbed her and just drove off again.
Like the Hilux was grand.
You know-
Crew was dead, but the fucking car was fine.
You know, the truck in, like, put the battery back on, pop the tire back there we go, and just went there.
Didn't even like do it professionally. Just like kicked the tire back into place and it was fine.
Yeah.
Just get in there, you prick.
And just drove off. That A1 Master Plumbing story yet?
Possibly, but don't ring a bell.
Basically, a plumbing guy had a Hilux, right, for his company.
Oh, is this the Hilux that like had his branding and shit on it? That
Yeah,
wound up in, it had like a hoofy or some shit.
Yeah, it's basically in the Middle East under a terrorist organization. It's still got his old
Yeah.
brand and his phone number on it as well.
Kept getting death threats from people, being like,
Yeah.
"You sold your thing to a terrorist," and it's like, I sold it to like a scrapping company. What the fuck?
Yeah. I got sort of scrap dealer. I use my receipt.
Fucking cunt. How the fuck did that get to Afghanistan? What the fuck?
But it turns out the guy that sold to basically sold cars to like the African Middle East to break down. And they're just like, because the car's like, it's how it looks and it still works.
Ish.
You know, bit of welding and the guns, there we go, and just pass it on to the terrorists.
Bit of blowtorch work, we'll get a lovely little fucking like machine gun mount in the back of that bitch and it'll be grand. Nobody'll notice.
Don't is a bit dodgy, hang on. There we go.
Didn't even have the politeness to take a fucking sand grinder to the edge of it. Get rid of that promotional material.
No.
Fucking.
No, just like branding across like da da da.
Fuck it. Fuck you, plumber boy.
See, if I was a terrorist, I would have fucked with that. I was like, leave the phone number, just change the branding slightly, you know, dial a terrorist type thing on the top. Need terrorist act? Phone this.
Rent a tank.
Yeah.
That's what I'd have picked. I'd have picked rent a tank.
No, just have like at least good like, you know, fuck you to the rest of them. Just for shits and giggles. No, yeah, rent tag and put the American embassy on it. Phone number.
Nah, even better. Rent a tank and then like the Samsung headquarters phone number.
Oh.
Given they actually like produce, sell and rent tanks.
No, Nokia's.
That you can't get done for false advertising.
No, Nokia's phone number.
Let's be fair, a Nokia tank would be fucking incredible.
Especially made out of like 3310s.
Whatever metal the 3310 was made out of, if they just build a tank out of that shit,
Yeah.
mate, World War III would be done in a fortnight. Like, ain't no cunt fucking charging against the guys with the Nokia tank. Nobody's got the balls to fight the Nokia tank.
No, they don't, Rick. Like, I had one of those when I was a child, and I see what people do to them, and it's still surviving.
Like, think about like the Panzer, right, or the Tiger, right? The World War II tanks, the unkillable behemoths of World War II.
Yes.
Now imagine if those bastards had been made out of the same shit as a Nokia 3310.
Yeah.
They were already damn near unkillable. Like, motherfucker, if the Nokia had been invented 70 years fucking earlier, we'd all be talking fucking threats right now. Like,
Oh, yeah, reminds me. Some bad news for you, my friend.
what? Ow.
Technically the last active Sherman tank, barrel has finally given
I couldn't care less.
and
if I
now has
tried.
to be retired.
I couldn't care less if I tried.
After 5,000 rounds,
I don't care.
the barrel has eventually given.
I don't like the Sherman tank. I don't care.
Also, they found new Matilda as well, in the French.
I don't care. I don't like the Matilda.
I like the Matilda.
It's my favourite tank, but it's still a piece of shit.
Yes, it is.
I like it because it's a piece of shit on purpose. It wasn't designed with the idea of make it pretty, it was designed with kill. Kill the bad guy.
Now, we move on to our good friend and retard.
Now, if you were to tell me instead that the engine of the last remaining functioning flying Lancaster bomber went kaput last night, then I'd be upset.
That technically did, but they found a replacement
I
for
was
it.
gonna say, like, it went kaput a few years ago, but they fixed it. It's fine.
Yeah, they managed to find. They looked at Rolls Royce had a spare one
Yes.
hanging around somewhere for some reason in the back catalogue.
To be fair,
It's Rolls Royce, so I'm not surprised,
they
but
still
still.
have a couple actually.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that it's there, but it's. You know, the original blueprints and manufacturing equipment's probably still in the back shed
It is,
somewhere.
yes. Unironically, the original blueprints and like machinery tools are still in the back.
You know, because Rolls Royce refused to throw anything out.
But like Rolls Royce, to at least to my knowledge, number may well be higher, but to my knowledge from an inside source at Rolls Royce that I happen to have, informed me that there are currently at the Rolls Royce facility he works at 12 Lancaster bomber engines in back storage, just in case.
Must work at Berkeley then. 'Cause that's where the manufacturing plant for the military stuff is.
He does not work at Burley. I'll let you in on a little secret. Said engines were not built at this facility, but they're being stored there.
Yeah, 'cause I know almost every military engine Rolls Royce, including the new one for that new helicopter that we built for some reason, which is just dog shit. is being currently built there at the moment.
You know, they have 12. They're not original like engines. They're like repos based on the
Blueprints.
original blueprints using like the original like tools.
Yeah.
It's like, but like it's still like close enough. It'll fit without like doing any damage to.
It'll work
the
when
bomber and that.
intended.
Yeah, you know, work as intended, fit as intended, and realistically won't affect the plane's value.
Yeah.
Because like they're perfect, like perfect productions. So it's.
Cause I know there's like 4 Lancasters left that technically can fly.
Yes. I believe only 2 of them are allowed to fly.
Yeah, the other 2 that basically put like leave them there, don't let them break, but keep them nice and neat, tidy.
2 are allowed to fly. I believe one of them is still, I think, like partially owned by the RAF and partially owned by a collector. They kind of share.
I know the 5th one technically has fully functional fly, which technically can allowed to fly, and it's owned by a private collector. Just that the RAF borrows it now and again for air shows.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. They, I think it was in 2018. They signed a new deal where the RAF has partial ownership of it, and the private collector has majority partial ownership. They're basically time sharing the plane, but the way that the deal works out now is like, essentially, if any maintenance needs doing or like parts replacing on the plane, the military and the collector basically go halves on repairing it.
Well, I think the collector like fucks up some money for the parts, and the military actually does the work on it. But he still can take it out when he feels like it to fly it.
No, because he has a private crew for it now. He has a private repair crew.
Because all the says he basically part of the deal he signed recently, he was like, I want to fly my plane, and they wouldn't let me, so now I can fly my plane.
Yes. That's why he got the majority partial, but.
Because I know for the Americans they only have 1 B-52 left, and that's in a sorry state.
Well, 1 original B-52.
Yeah.
There are
I know they made
6 reproduction B-52s in America. Currently, they're owned by private collectors, and weirdly, there are 3 reproduction versions in Germany. Now, weirdly, the 6 in America and the 3 in Germany were all just built by history nerds in their sheds.
Yes.
And they are genuinely, very faithful reproductions, but also unironically better than the original B-52s were.
Yes, because I think they swapped out the engine for something else different.
Even stupider than swap the engine. What almost all of them figured out, and they've all figured it out independently to each other as well. They've all figured out the same issue without communicating, which is just incredible. You rotate the fucking props inward by 3 degrees, it actually gets 3 times the amount of speed out of it, because it's at a more efficient a more efficient thrust angle. Literally triples the top speed of the B-52. And it also
knocks fuel consumption down by half, probably.
knocks your fuel consumption down, but it also means that the plane is able to make much tighter maneuvers at much higher speeds than it
It's always about that
could.
stupid plane that the Americans built, that supersonic prop plane.
Yeah, that was a piece of shit.
That almost killed people from the sonic booms it had.
Yeah, mainly because it kept almost ripping itself the fucking in half because of said sonic booms.
Yeah,
it was made of wood.
It's like 900 booms per minute or something stupid like that.
Yeah, it was made of wood.
Because I forgot that, yeah, the plane can move at supersonic speeds, but so is the fucking propellers. And because where the tips work, you know, every time they put a boom, we slow the tip down slightly. So next one, we'll put back speed, boom, 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 boom.
Dude, do you know what's genuinely quite impressive? Just speaking about planes and like the sonic boom,
Yeah.
like subsonic aircraft. Do you know the Spitfire's technically subsonic?
Well, yes, so we subsonic because anything because it doesn't break the sound barrier.
No, like as in it can break the sound barrier.
Oh, I mean supersonic then.
Yeah, supersonic. Sorry, yes. It's
subs-
not supposed to, but it can. It's not designed with the idea of do it, but essentially what some fucking nerd figured out a few years ago, and they've actually tested it with like not an original Spitfire, obviously,
Yeah.
with a repo, but still, is I can't remember the exact height. If I remember rightly, I believe
It would have to be the
serve it's 8 kilometers. If you can get a Spitfire to go up to 8 kilometers and basically plummet it at a perfect 90-degree angle until you hit 2 kilometers and then harsh pull, the sheer amount of like basically air pressure you generate with the pull forces the sound barrier to break underneath the plane.
Well, yeah.
Technically, the plane isn't technically traveling at a speed to break the sound barrier, but it's basically compressing the air so hard it forces the air itself to break the sound barrier. It's really stupid.
It creates a supersonic implosion.
Yeah, it's really stupid and it's incredibly dangerous.
Well, yeah, because we're on movie blew your plane to pieces.
They did it 4 times, and 3 of the attempts at it, it did it, but the plane snapped.
Yeah.
1 did it without snapping. Out of 4 attempts. Theoretically, like, they believe theoretically you could do it with an original Spitfire, but it's deemed way too dangerous to do it in an original Spitfire. Not for the pilot, but for the plane.
Yeah, because the Spitfire is basically just balsa wood and friggin' thin sheets of aluminum paper.
Yes.
It was made out of. It wasn't exactly a very sturdy plane to begin with.
Theoretically, it would hold up to the blast, but it's not likely to.
It would have to be a very perfect condition.
Yes, you would have to hit it like exactly perfect.
Anyway, move on. George Smollett is back in the news because of his court cases.
Johnny Somali.
Yeah. Why don't I call him Smollett for?
I don't know. You're dyslexic, that's why.
So let's dive into him.
Oh.
Because it is technically the perfect thumbnail for him.
I mean, yeah. He just looks stupid, doesn't he?
Johnny Somali is completely cooked. So we got a lot of updates to the story. Johnny got punched in the face again by an absolutely legendary vigilante. Johnny will be receiving guaranteed prison time for his AI deepfake scandal. So absolutely no slithering out of this one. He is 100% going to be inside of a jail cell for a very long time. Apparently he's been trying to muster up some ridiculous defense of, I only did this stuff because I'm bipolar. But obviously that's not going to work because he's openly admitted he does this stuff for clout, and also Korea is not going to be sympathetic towards him at all. He's also
because the Koreans came up with one word like, "Do you take medication?" No.
Your own fault then.
Yeah.
appeared on Ice Poseidon's stream, desperately trying to save his career, begging Kick to unban him. But yeah, let's just start with the Korean vigilante who ran into Johnny again and gave him a little love tap.
Really? Oh no, I got one. W stream. Are you guys enjoying the stream today? Whoa!
I hope he got a shiner.
Whoa! You should have been live when you saw that. What's up? Come back.
Probably wearing a MAGA hat in the middle of South Korea.
Oh, fucking idiot.
Come back. What'd you say? What did you say? Hey, back the fuck. What's up? Why are you punching me? I'm a what? Why are you saying that? Can I touch the statue? So you think it's okay to do physically assaulting somebody?
Yeah, you're in back.
That's the whole fucking reason. You didn't touch a statue. You kissed it.
Gyrated on it.
And covered
Doused
it
in
in
baby oil.
by doing a stripper dance.
It.
You know, kind of history's important to you, my friend.
I genuinely hope that veggie gave him a fucking shiner, bro.
Country buddy.
Listen, but you can't physically assault me. You come to America, you think I'm gonna assault you? What the
He really
Different country,
deserves
buddy.
that.
So you cannot touch me. You want to go to jail right now?
Yeah, the irony is insane here. Johnny Somali warning anybody about prison time when he's completely screwed. Now, obviously, I gotta say, I don't condone violence, but I am going to laugh when it happens to someone like Johnny Somali,
condone
who
violence.
absolutely deserves it. Lovely sucker punch to start the day for Johnny Somali here. I mean, we're on a roll here. Like last video, we talked about Jack Doherty's life getting ruined. Now we got Johnny Somali getting punched in the face and getting guaranteed prison time. I mean, it's gotta be Christmas or something. Anyways, after this, Johnny tries to chase him around a bit, but then the second the guy turns around, you can see Johnny just completely back off and go in the opposite direction.
Whatever.
You want to go to jail?
He does talk a lot of shit on the camera.
Yeah.
You want to go to jail? You want me to call the police right now?
It's sentence to Jerry B.
You're in front of the
Every
police
day.
station right here,
He has
bro.
to stay in Korea for like 5 years.
You're in front of the
And every
station
single
right
day he
now.
has to get punched in the face by at least
What the
three
doing?
people.
Why don't you talk and have a conversation? Have a conversation and talk.
Carte blanche to
Take the mask off. You're not a man.
Yeah, it's like taking a
You hide it
minimum
with
3
a
hits per day.
Yes. Hit better next time.
The prison guards will have to beat.
Hit better next time. So
Yeah.
if all that matters, let him go. Let him
I thought
go.
it was generally better punishment.
You're a pussy. Come here and talk. Come talk. Come
And
talk.
he's got to stream it all. Every time.
24/7 live stream of just Johnny Somali in fucking prison.
Come talk. Come here.
Do
Yo,
well in
come.
Korean
Come.
jail.
Yeah, so you say you
Bring it
want
up,
him to
get
come
with
up,
it.
but then the second he starts coming up the stairs, you suddenly go in the
he
opposite
says
direction.
being
You're
jailed,
blasting
says
off
they
again,
use shit
like
out
Team
of you,
Rocket
yeah.
after Pikachu uses Thunderbolt. I mean, this is just embarrassing.
And you can imagine, right? Okay, that's what you're in for. I touched up one of the Kung Fu Women statues. Really now?
Come here, boy. You got a pearl of math.
What else did you do? Well, you know your famous idol that you adore. Yeah? I made porn videos of her using AI and then spread them around. Yeah, this guy needs to be in solitary for the rest of his life.
Several very angry, large Korean men pull out shanks with religious intent. You did what to Hatsune Miku now? Okay. I know it wasn't Hatsune Miku, I just can't remember the woman's name. We've just first fucking vaguely Asian celebrity to come to mind there. That was slightly racist, but it's
But people
fine.
watch the show don't understand the point we're making is like, in like Korea, in like everybody, like your idols are gods
Yes.
to the people. You have like literal gangs of people like follow them around.
Yeah.
Think Taylor Swift is more psychotic.
Think Taylor Swift, but violent.
Yeah. There's just been like butt-ups between like two idol groups, fans.
They're happy.
They've left like several murders and ungodly amounts of damage.
I do put straight up blood crypt feuds over fucking pop idols in Korea. It's fucking beautiful.
Embarrassing, man. And I just love how this is actually a thing now. Scumbag streamers just get punched in the face randomly. You know, when the court system is taking a little bit too long, we just have these vigilantes delivering karma. Now, Johnny pretends to be a tough guy, says like, oh, it did no damage, it didn't even hurt.
Come! Now you falling down the stairs like a Come! You come talk! Take
Probably you came back to talk to you when you ran away.
Yeah.
You looked back around with the camera.
the mask off!
It's just a shame he wears a hat.
You saw it? You see what happened? You saw it?
Where did he hit you?
He hit me like in the hat. He tried to slap my hat off. It didn't. No damage.
Oh, yeah.
No damage.
Yeah, he's
No damage. Alex, did you get the footage?
Yeah, I got it.
You got the footage? Alex got the footage. Don't chase Johnny. I'm not gonna chase him. In front of the police station. Look at them. How weak they are. Look at that. Follow that.
Come right around.
Don't say that. Don't say that, chat. Follow him and chase. He didn't do. If he did damage to me, I'll press charges. And do damage on me.
Okay, first off, there is no more damage to be done, let's be honest.
To be honest, I love to see like, I'm going with people because someone punched me in the face. Why did he punch you for? Well, still that thing I did. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't give a shit.
I'll write your report down and I'll file it. There you go, your report's not been filed. Good day, sir.
His brain has already sustained maximum damage. I mean, he's definitely lobotomized, right? There's no real explanation for this type of human. And let's be honest, he knows he can't press charges at all because he has about 50 charges against him that would be looked into immediately following that. Now, if this wasn't bad enough, Johnny manages to completely embarrass himself again. He basically says that he's so used to people, you know, coming up on stream, messing with him, punching him in the face, that his heart rate is completely stable. And then somebody offers to check it, and he immediately says no.
Please tell me you got the angle. Mondo, were you filming?
I did not get him hitting you in the face initially, but I got the rest of it.
Okay, you can pull it off my stream later.
Yeah, no, I will. I'm gonna pull like the guy hitting
These
you.
mother-
So he really wants to go to Korea, but he can't because they took his passport away and America won't give him one back. The embassy's washed the hands of him at this point.
Oh, poor baby.
W Johnny L loser. I told him pull up, come back. I'm so used to this shit. I'm telling you, my heart beats at 80 right now.
I have a heart rate monitor if you want to throw it on your stream.
Well, I don't know. We got to set it up for the next stream. Maybe tomorrow we can set it up. But I'm literally so calm. This shit has happened to me 50 times. I'm fine. My cat knows I'm good.
That's not a good thing, my friend.
Yeah, it's really not.
Yeah, 50 every time I walk on the street, I get punched in the face at random. I'm so used to it
It's
now.
like having a steady heart rate of 80 after getting fucking smacked in the head.
Yeah.
That ain't a good sign. I've been fucking whacked.
I love how he has to pretend he has a chat. Dude, you have like 3 bots in there and 0 humans, so that just doesn't
Like,
count as a chat, okay? Also, now you're getting checked by your friends or cameraman or whatever. Like, he immediately says, hey, I got a heart rate monitor right here. We can check it right now. Put your money where your mouth is. And Johnny's like, nah, I gotta do it next stream. You know, the one from prison. I'm just gonna take an educated guess as to why he didn't want to do it. Probably because his heart rate's gonna be in the 200s because he probably soiled himself after that punch. Also, did I catch that right? Johnny called them crazy? Really, dude? Really? You're talking? The guy who goes out on the streets dancing like a Titan from Attack on Titan? Like, it's like hard to distinguish at this point. Like, if you threw this guy in the show,
He still
you
does
would not
bullshit as
be
well.
able
He's
to tell the
aggressive.
difference.
Twerking on the subway. I'm allowed to twerk in public. Boom, 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 boom. I want you right. Let's together. Let's go, Korea. Korea number one. Yeah.
Do you think just keep going with this bullshit, hoping the Korean will eventually throw them out the country? And not put them in prison because they can't be asked to deal with them anymore?
I ain't how Korea works.
It's not,
Koreans just gonna slap your head.
yeah. I
Korea
mean,
don't give a fuck.
that's what Japan did to him. But I think Korea's got to the point like, no, we're gonna... Americans believe that their laws apply everywhere in the world, but we want to prove them wrong.
You know, I never thought I'd live to see the day that I would say this. It's genuinely worse than Disco Boy in Japan. Remember the jackass stunt at Disco Boy in Japan?
Party Boy.
Yeah, was it Party Boy?
Yeah.
It's genuinely worse than that in terms of just disrespect. Literally the only jackass like stunt / bit I've ever said, okay, I was a bit.
Yeah, it was a bit
I
much.
wouldn't have done that one.
But is he stuck after one?
Yeah.
This guy's like...
We did it once in Japan and was like kind of very quickly told, hey, fucking
Yeah.
cut that shit out over here, and then he like kept it to America only from there on. Like he made a mistake, he learned from the mistake, fair enough, you know. Somali doesn't though.
No.
Somali here just keeps fucking doing it. Like a tit.
It's like he's like trying to speedrun getting shot. At this point.
Thinking about it, I'm pretty sure Korea has quite lax gun laws, to be fair.
They
Like,
do have some lax gun
I'm
laws.
quite amazed he hasn't been shot by the Yakuza.
I mean, you know Japan has like the strictest gun laws on the
They
planet.
have incredibly strict gun laws.
But
You look at a picture of a gun in Japan, you go to fucking jail.
yeah, even though technically that's where Aethos was born from.
Yeah, which is weird as fuck, but...
Now we also got another confrontation here where we get multiple perspectives.
네, 얼마 전까지만 해도 조니 소말리가 야 소말리 뭐야? 왜? 뭐? 노파이트? 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 어? Hey, I say, 말해보라고.
Oh yeah, this week trying to involve that protest against the government put the South Korea under martial law for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
He tried to join that protest.
Fucking idiot.
아이 새끼야!
Yes, no.
진짜이면
I
구속!
think he like lost all
때문에
social skills.
개새끼야 벌금을 이 쌍놈의 새끼야! 뭔데? 왜? 너! 왜 코리아야 임마! Free out!
Yeah, it's
Support President Yoon! They're trying to put me in court. They're trying to impeach the president. They're trying to put me in jail. They're trying to put President Yoon.
Yes, they're impeaching for a fucking reason. He's declared martial law for no damn good reason.
Phil, do you think he knows his sign is spelled wrong?
Probably. Probably not, to be honest.
Do you think he knows that ain't the same sign the other protesters are gonna be using?
Yeah. Probably he's protesting the fact of leaving the Prime Minister in power.
Yeah.
The one who going against the Korean Constitution to declare martial law because he couldn't get a vote in.
Yes.
He wanted. Doesn't get his vote he wanted in. And he thinks he's doing a good deed? Well,
No, 'cause he's using an out sign. It's misspelled in the Korean part, but so he's actually protesting for get rid of the guy.
yeah, but he's actually this is what he says. I don't remember what he said.
뭐? 여기 코리아야 임마. Free out! Support President Yoon. They're trying to put me in court. They're trying to impeach the president.
Oh, he don't even
He has no idea what he's holding up.
know he's holding up a sign for impeach the fucking. Oh my god. So he's holding a sign that's misspelled for the wrong side of the
Protest.
he's going.
Yeah. Also, I forget,
That would genuinely like attending gay pride just with a sign that has a swastika on it.
yeah, death to all gay people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love gay people.
I know, it would be like going to gay pride with a sign that says in rainbow colours, fuck the gays all to death.
yeah.
Misspelled. Like fuck is spelled with a PH. Right? Gay is spelled with a J instead of a G. Right? And death is spelled with a th instead of a th. Right? Like the fucking hearing impaired instead of the dead. That's genuinely what he's just done, but in Korean.
Why wearing a MAGA hat? Because this is weird. I admit it before. It
Literally isn't a MAGA hat. It's just.
You know, you think they found the bottom of the barrel of dipshitty. I mean, I thought like, you know, what's his face? Delete Laws was like low-level stupidity. And what stuff he did. We found someone lower than him. It's impressive, to be honest.
Vegas.exe has stopped responding. Error 404. Site code not found.
Reboot.
Error. Watchdog violation found.
Watchdog violation.
They're trying to put me in jail. They're trying to put President Yoon in jail. Oh, we gotta get the out of here. Go. Oh, Dagoon. No fight. Peace. No fight. Talk. No fight.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the guy was saying. You guys can let me know if you speak the language, but Johnny looks pretty scared to me. Like he's hiding behind the police security guy, which is hilarious because they will
I like how the police like try to protect him. Like, I don't get paid enough for this shit. Just move on, you American dipshit.
Here, you fucking idiot. If you're gonna attend this
be the ones
protest,
putting you in
decide
prison
to
very
fucking
shortly.
sign
But I mean,
step
imagine
for
how
it.
sad it must be to be Johnny Somali, where you're actually probably safer
What the
inside
one
prison
piece
than
fucking
outside.
is that?
Because outside people can just come up and punch you in the face. At least in prison, you're guarded by like security or something. Now, I wanted to quickly talk about his guaranteed jail time charge. Now, this has to do with Johnny sharing 18+ deepfakes of another female streamer, which is
God.
highly illegal in Korea and I imagine in other places because obviously that's extremely messed up and that is without the consent of the other person, and he was sharing these on stream, which is horrible. Now, unlucky for him, Korea has been updating their laws regarding that and has been cracking down on these type of deepfakes, and now the punishment includes guaranteed jail time that not even the judge can overturn. So it is officially confirmed Johnny is fully and completely screwed. Here's an article about it. Johnny Somali guaranteed prison time in South Korea after AI deepfake scandal. The downfall of Ramsey has reached a grim climax. He's got a 5th and most severe charge, violating the country's special act on SV crimes, and it's obliterated any remaining hope for leniency. The charge stems from an AI-generated deepfake video that depicted popular Korean streamer Bong Bong and fabricated intimate scenes with Somali.
Let us think in for a moment, shall we? Nor did he create an AI deepfake. He created an AI deepfake with this woman and himself. And then spread it.
On its own, it's just kind of fucking wrong.
Yes. And then he spread it on, not only his stream, but also in his Discord server. Don't worry, people, my fanboy's recalibrating itself again.
Fucking Autobots are roll out.
No, even Autobots couldn't save his ass.
No, but I'm begging the Autobots to save mine. Like, Bumblebee, come hither. Just, you know that space cannon you got in your arm? Go just plant one of them plasma downs. Just right fucking there, pal. Just right between my fucking eyeballs, right? Just Benny me, right? Data me what Benny does to you at the start of Fallout New Vegas, pal. Just plant a fucking space cannon shot, fucking right in my fucking skull, Bumblebee. Come on, you big robot bastard. Come on, shite bag. Come on, shite bag if you didn't, Bumblebee. Go on, pussy with no balls. Bumblebee's a great big pussy with no balls. Day it, you fucking robot fuck.
Under South Korean law, the creation, distribution, or possession of non-consensual AI-generated explicit content is classified as a crime, as it should be. Legal experts have confirmed that this offense carries a mandatory prison sentence of up to 7 years. And keep in mind, this is only one of his charges, so if they charge him for the rest of the stuff as well, he's getting absolutely torched. He's gonna be there until he's 65 or maybe 70. Unlike the previous charges, which allowed for financial penalties, this particular crime eliminates the possibility possibility of a mere fine. Now, these allowed for financial penalties, but that doesn't mean that's going to be the only penalty. This is not simply an issue of digital mischief, says Legal Mindset. He's another YouTuber who's been covering the situation. We'll check him out in a second. This is a serious offense, and South Korea's courts will treat it as such. When deepfakes are weaponized to humiliate or defame, the legal system responds with severe consequences, and she has decided to pursue charges here. So here's Legal Mindset explaining some of it.
Person who distributes a copy against the will of the subject, so without their permission, non-consensually, right, shall be subject to a punishment of not more than 5 years or a fine exceeding 50 million won. But that's not where he's screwed. Where he's screwed is he's hit under Section 3. A person who commits the crime, so deepfake, by using an information and communication network. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Somali is receiving an aggravated sentence because he streamed it. Let me say that one more time. Johnny Somali is getting an aggravated sentence because he streamed it and because he put it on Discord. Because he had to do it for the content, right? For the content. Self-own 100% shall be punished by imprisonment of not more than...
South Korean authorities, like, if they're checking Discords, bro, I think I'm going to Korean jail. I don't think I can set foot in Korea. Like, thinking about it, I've sent some fuck shit in my life over Discord. If they're gonna check my Discord at Border Patrol, I think I might just skip ever visiting Korea, bro. I'm not...
I think the more he changed to Somalis because he keep doing shit, and I thought...
Even then, bro, like, if this sets an accidental precedent, now they're gonna start checking all white motherfuckers. like the Korean border. For like fucking right pal, put your phone out, log into your Discord. Like if they're gonna start doing that, I can't go to Korea, bro.
Imagine echoes.
Like I ain't going to jail for some of those jokes. Like I've made fun of the Korean president. Like I ain't going to jail for that.
I just imagine echoes and all these fucking yiff stuff he's got on there.
Oh yeah, he jail by the fall, bro. Like they'd put up the Discord and see his profile icon and just go get to jail.
There's a door over there.
Go to jail. Get out of my sight, you degenerate fuck. Go to jail.
See, not only they say it's basically the idea of like owning CP.
Yeah.
Right, which is bad.
It's very bad.
But then you also distribute that CP across the entire world.
That's worse.
That's essentially what he's done in theory. With this deepfakes sex tape he made.
Actually, what was the name of the streamer that he did?
Bong Bong.
Bong Bong. Discord me that. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued about looking into her later.
So I haven't done much looking. I know she's quite popular. She's treated like that one of the idols.
Yeah, I always like looking into especially like new Asian talent. I tend to find, especially like Asian streamers, I tend to find they're actually kind of chill.
I don't check the.
I'm pretty sure you're right. I think it was Bong Bong.
South Korea after AI deepfake scandal. The downfall of Ramsey has reached a grim climax. He's got a fifth and most severe charge, violating the country's special act on SV crimes, and it's obliterated any remaining hope for leniency. The charge stems from an AI-generated deepfake video that depicted popular Korean streamer Bong Bong and fabricated intimate...
What Bong Bong?
And I actually hit the send button on that message for us, and then there you go, there you go.
Can only send him to prison for this crime.
Now, I want you guys to understand how poetic this actually is, because the only reason that it is guaranteed jail time is because he couldn't resist streaming it and using it for clout. So it wasn't even the AI deepfakes, it's the fact that he put it on stream. I feel like that's absolute cinema. It's just amazing that the thing that finally gets him to see the inside of a prison cell is his own inability to control himself and stream everything and just succumb to his terminal clout disease. Anyways, if you thought he couldn't get more pathetic, you were obviously wrong here. We're gonna move on now to Johnny confronting Ice Poseidon on stream, desperately begging to be allowed back on Kick. Also, Johnny is apparently threatened.
Did anyone else see the felony?
Which one?
That was a civilian. In public, in Korea.
Yeah, with camo on his face.
Not just any camel. Military issue camel.
Yes. Which is a big no-no in Korea.
That's a felony.
to our word,
makes it
Ice
worse
Poseidon's
is not
girlfriend,
only is it
and now he's
military
coming to
issue
him,
camouflage,
begging him for a favor, which is insane.
also
Now,
about
I don't really know what kind of
which
pull
is
Ice
probably-
actually has with the Kick platform, because from what I understand, Ice does not own any portion of Kick at all. So I don't know why he's asking him, or he's trying to reach out to the other Kick executives through the stream or something like that, or Ice might be friends with some of them or something like that. But regardless, Ice is not budging, and this is probably the most pathetic thing you will ever see.
There's nothing to talk. There's nothing to talk about.
I don't want war, bro.
There's nothing to talk about.
I haven't, listen.
There's nothing to talk about, bro.
Why not?
You say crazy.
I've been trolling like a COD lobby Modern Warfare 2. You said you're gonna have some.
How fucking shit do you gotta act to get banned on Kick?
I was banned off like Kick, being Kick and Rumble as well.
Fucking how?
Because Rumble canned him after the what do you call it? The comfort one.
Like on both Kick and Rumble, you can right now log into Kick or Rumble. You can literally log into both and watching neo-Nazis give like unironically just reading Mein Kampf.
Yeah, you got kicked.
It's why I don't log into either platform anymore, because every time I do, every like third stream I check out, it's just a guy dropping hard R slurs.
Yeah, he got kicked off Rumble when he started doing the lap dance on the Comfort Woman.
That checks out.
And Rumble canned his ass when he was in Japan. They canned him in Japan.
I genuinely didn't know it was possible to get banned on either platform.
Neither did I, because they can do whatever you want here. It's all completely 100% First Amendment.
I mean, yeah, like Gamer, you can literally get away with video piracy on Kick and Rumble.
Yeah.
Like,
But
you can commit a straight up felony.
But no, apparently they Rumble and Kick thought his debauchery was so bad that they canned him for it. Power bans.
Like, what did he do? Live stream himself raping a woman? Okay, if you ask Korean law, technically yes, but that's not what I meant. I meant in a much more literal sense. Did he live stream himself raping someone?
I don't like to do himself raping someone, but the problem I think with Rumble specifically is they have a lot of investors from Japan.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
In Rumble.
Yeah.
And Kick, I think, after the Comfort Woman incident, they're like, oh, we can't.
Yeah, even we ain't.
There's a line here, and you've, disrespect like historical rape accusations of the entire nation.
Yeah, it's kind of
with a lap dance and baby oil like that.
Yeah, kind of fucked.
And that, but still, he's actually done one.
You say crazy
today.
I never said that. But I never said that. But you said crazy about my girlfriend and me.
Okay, and now, I apologize.
Yeah,
Can I just say sorry? I apologize.
You can't do crazy.
I'm gonna find that video because it was.
Do we have to?
There it is.
What do you think about the K outfit at the court? Is that too crazy? The one, the same one kind of had. Hey, Koreans, I'm sorry, I'm not touching your statue anymore. I got my own comfort woman.
What?
Yeah.
What? No, what the fuck did he just say? What?
I'll start from again for you. This is from the Curl King.
I think that's what it says. Yeah.
Right. A channel I've never used before, so
here's hoping.
Let's switch over to OBS to actually make sure we're not banned.
Getting slapped.
Yep. Ready for this?
I'm ready.
Oh, fuck up.
You're not clicked in.
Yep.
What do you think about the K outfit at the court? Is that too crazy?
The what at the court?
The KKK.
He did not attend Korean court wearing a KKK.
No, he's going to.
outfit. Oh no! Don't do that. Please don't do that.
No, please do that.
No, please don't do that. No, don't be that stupid, please. I'm so glad I'm not this man's lawyer. I think I'd actually redecorate my office Kurt Cobain style if I was his lawyer.
If I was his lawyer, I would straight up like, no, I can't do this.
I would make sweet, sweet love to my own face with the business end of a buckshot. If I happened to be this man's lawyer. That genuinely sounds less painful than being this man's lawyer.
He's already walked in wearing a wig, pretend late with where we're going. Walked in with a MAGA hat on, again being late.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
The same one kind of had. Hey.
So what Kyler had.
We're not gonna touch who Kyler is or why they had a KKK uniform. We're just gonna pretend he didn't say any of that.
Koreans, I'm sorry. I'm not touching your statue anymore. I got my own comfort woman. And she's gonna leave it.
I've just heard that properly for the first time.
Did he just live on tape in Korea admit to either hiring or, more likely from the phrasing of the sentence, owning comfort women?
Yeah. I generally feel sorry for his lawyer.
Someone please rescind his internet access, I swear to God.
Probably, why is he streaming on now? Because he's been kicked off every other platform.
Probably like fucking Facebook Live or something cringe as shit like that.
Or Twitch.
Oh
Not Twitch.
God, I hope not.
No, because you got banned off Twitch first.
Yeah, get banned off Twitch like fucking that.
X, I think it would be now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that checks out.
Because I know a lot like the flat earthers and stuff now streaming on Twitch and X exclusively these days.
Well, yeah, because Elon Musk literally doesn't give a shit and has no rules. The only rules on X is don't make fun of Elon Musk, which is why I'm banned on X.
You need to dress up like a Japanese World War II soldier or some shit.
No, don't do. Oh.
How did it get worse?
No one involved in that conversation's ever heard of the Nanking incident, have they?
I think they have, and they don't give a shit.
That would genuinely be like going to court in Glasgow, in Scotland, wearing a shirt that says William Wallace was a faggot.
Or walking around Jerusalem in a friggin' SS uniform. Oh, good God. He's got to be mentally retarded.
On the bright side, like, at least Somali didn't suggest the idea, he just agreed to it.
I don't know if that's worse or better.
Slightly less stupid. So at least he didn't come up with the bad idea, he just said, that sounds alright actually.
I think that's worse.
Slightly less stupid.
I think that's slightly worse.
And no, because low-key, it kind of shows just a little bit of just blissful ignorance on his part. Of just man just done no shit.
They got over there.
They do, because my Korean friend Hank and prostitutes out here, so they got it. They got
it. There it is. Yeah, he's confirmed that they're prostitutes.
What's good, guys? Today I have some video of Johnny Somali talking about how he wants to appear at his court case. Now, the first time he showed up wearing a MAGA hat and a suit and completely disrespected the Korean court, just as you would expect. Very Johnny Somali thing to do. Nobody's surprised. Now, you would think after being hit with reality of how severe the situation actually is, that he would proceed with caution going forward and actually make an attempt at being respectful, maybe trying to present himself as a likable human being so that maybe, just maybe, they might go a little bit easy on him, right? That's what you would think, right? That's what you think a person with a brain would do, but unfortunately we are dealing with a very, very special case, and Mr. Somali does not have a brain. Unfortunately, he was born without it. It's a very rare condition called Johnny Dumbassimosis. So anyway, he's decided to do instead is something you'd probably never guess. He wants to show up to his next court hearing wearing a KKK uniform. Now, here's the thing. I don't even know where he would get this, but I guess maybe they have that over there in Korea somewhere, or just, I mean, it's just a white robe and a white hood, right? I mean, that's really all you need. Showing up like that to your court hearing. Now, let's put that on the list of dumbest ideas ever conjured up by any human being ever. Right next to eating tiger schlongs because you believe it's going to cure your erectile dysfunction. No, look it up. That's a real thing. Yeah, that's a real thing. Some people used to hunt tigers. I think they might still do it because and eat their willy.
To cure erectile dysfunction, you can follow the logic behind it.
You can, yes.
You can understand how they got from A to B. Wearing a KKK uniform to Korean court, you can't really follow the logic there.
Yes, braining there.
The only joke I could possibly think he might be doing there would be to like put extra letters on the back so that like the KKK stands for Korean Court Club. And even then, it's not a good joke.
Yeah.
It's
not a good joke.
It's one of the jokes of all time, but it ain't a good one.
Especially walking into a courthouse where the judges already hate your ass.
Yeah.
And trying to ask for leniency.
Yeah. It ain't a smart move.
Because they thought it cured ED. I wonder if they found out that it doesn't work. Anyway, this is up there with that in my opinion.
But that's best walk, like put on the Clancy outfit, then just taking a trip through the Bronx.
No, that would be safer. You'd be less likely to be shot.
Yeah, you're right.
Now this isn't the only thing. Johnny has also been caught blatantly saying some more racist things, some incredibly misogynistic things towards Korean women. But we'll get to all of that and more in just a few moments.
What do you think about the KKK outfit at the court? Is that too crazy? The tiny one, the same one kind of had.
Bro, I know it's a wonderful idea, but you won't even have a platform. You'll just get automatic banned.
No, so now I'm gonna get my Instagram deleted again. You're saying
it's a wonderful idea.
Oh, Instagram is streaming on.
No, goody
idea. I'm not gonna lie. But you can't.
Yeah,
you can't do that and have a platform.
I really want to do the KKK shit, but
I know it's a good idea, but like you know. Why isn't there anybody else doing the stunt? Because
you're right. There's no one else. No one else in the world is doing that. You're right.
But no, that's fucking stupid.
Oh, I don't know. Have you met Keir Starmer?
I have, but he's not that stupid. I don't think.
I don't know. At this point, I could fucking believe it.
How did he be ousted? Hasn't Vulnerable Comments gone in with it?
I don't fucking know. I stopped paying attention about 6 months ago. I don't fucking know anymore. I'm just waiting on the nooks.
Does anybody but Tanya do that?
Like,
so what could I do at the court? I'm gonna have reporters talking to me at the court, like in 2 days. Like the Korean news is coming. The last time,
go in, be respectful, and pray your ass.
Yeah, pray for leniency.
I flipped them off and I said I love North Korea.
Oh, I genuinely forgot he did that as well. Oh, you know about that one, did you not?
No.
Yeah, he walked around the middle of like the major Seoul. In one of the major districts, playing out on his stream and on his phone, North Korean propaganda. Out of a Bluetooth speaker in his backpack, just blasting it out there.
There's an espionage charge right off the bat. I think they easily hit him with espionage there if they really wanted to, which is an extra 10 years minimum in Korea.
Yeah.
If they wanted to.
They haven't done this yet.
I'm genuinely amazed. At the very least, they could hit him with treason.
I wouldn't say treason, but dissent. Oh no, if it's treason, I'd be citizen of Korea. He's not. The best I can get him done is
no, because he's still spreading enemy propaganda.
Yeah, I think
most
the best.
Of said enemy propaganda from North Korea involves, the South Koreans are less than human. We should kill all of them. Fuck their leaders. Fuck their people. Etc. Etc.
I think the best I think they could get him on would probably like Korean dissent or something like that.
No, a good lawyer could spin that as a treason case.
Or willful endangerment, I would say. You might get on.
That would be easy though.
Oh my god.
I swear to God, I did.
Bro, does this man think this is some kind of game? Seriously, I don't even know how you conjure this idea in your brain. And then he has this goofball ass friend that is egging him on. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't think I think he believes that what he does in his stream can't affect him in real life.
Yeah. Like an idiot.
You know, like a lot of people they do, like, you know, oh, I've got a stream in between me and the world, so therefore what I do in stream can't be held against me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in there.
It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank.
Yeah.
Yeah, you threw acid in his face, you fucking retard. Go to jail.
Yeah, but for the meme, you know, memes don't hurt people.
Yeah.
You literally shot the guy.
And even then, right? It's like, don't get me wrong, right? I'm you know, a pure blood. I'm a shit poster, right?
Yes.
I am a cyber fucking bully, right? And I will never deny that allegation. I'm a cyber bully. I am a terrible person. I say and have said things that are disgusting. I have laughed at things that are horrible. Frankly, I have committed hate crimes in many places via the medium of the internet.
Yes.
Even I will be one of the first motherfuckers to admit memes can hurt people. Like, goddammit, cyberbullying's a problem. Now, my version of cyberbullying is not a problem because I'm a fucking professional. I know how to actually do it correctly.
Yes.
You know, the way especially the fucking... Yeah, I'm realizing I'm sounding older and older with every episode we do. Like, the fucking upstart young bloods coming into the shit posting world. Just did... You know, and like, I feel a little bad for them because, like, hey, we all fucking started somewhere. We were all shit when we were kids. You know, but just, the kids these days, they don't know what they're doing with it, man. Like, their shit's either way too soft and just nonsense.
Yeah.
Or it's way too fucking harsh. There's no grace or decorum to the sacred art of kill a bitch anymore.
The way
it's either, you're such a special little darling, I love you. Or it's, you're a fucking, you know, expletive, you know, slur. Oh, hope your mum gets shagged in the we can't say that live on stream.
The best way someone explained to me was the way the inner culture is at the moment, especially like with Johnny and them type of people like that.
Yeah, like,
is they'll throw.
I'm especially people younger than Johnny.
They'll throw a rock in your window.
Yes.
Then try and gaslight you the fact your window's in the way of their rock.
Yes. Yeah, that's definitely like Somali's kind of age group that are like that. I'm talking like the proper young upstart kids, like the 14, 15, 16-year-olds.
Yeah, they're mostly just rehashing like old, like say Modern Warfare 2 shit.
I mean, true, but like even then, like some of the humor I've seen from that age group the last couple of years is fucking way far. Even by like old school, like fucking COD lobby standards, it's like, Jesus Christ.
There's no artistic to the death threats anymore, is there?
Exactly. There's no art. There's no grace or decorum. There's no creativity behind it. You know, it's just meat toboggans and racial slurs as far as the eye can see. You know, and the other half are too busy going, you look fabulous today.
Yeah.
I love and appreciate you because you're a human and therefore special. Shut the fuck up, both of you. Dear God, learn to be funny. Gain personalities that aren't just pussy and racist. Like, there's this delightful, beautiful, sexual middle ground called a funny con. You'll pull way more women or men or whatever you prefer if you just get a fucking personality that isn't A or B.
The ownership portion is taking that like really bad thing, pushing it far to the limit.
Yes.
But always remembering that there's a line there that you don't cross.
There's a line. Turning something that is genuinely fucking horrible and making it just a little funny. That is the sacred art of the shitpost. You know, like, don't get me wrong, I still agree with a lot of Americans when it comes to 9/11 jokes. It's a little soon. You know, that death toll was a little high to make it funny right now.
I don't know, my favourite one from the 9/11 joke.
There's ways to make it not necessarily funny, but enough to get you to go, okay,
so one of my weird favourite ones I had was one of the ones like You know, like the crash, like picture of the crash of the Twin Towers, and underneath it was written on like, you know, like Syrian demolition services at your call.
Yeah, see, that's kind of a funny one, you know, like it's fucked, but it's a little funny. Like my favorite one is just like the like an edit I saw of like the plane crash.
Yeah.
Like itself, where he just kind of covered up the plane with Thomas the Tank Engine. Low-key, it was kind of funny. Like it's just Thomas just do poof right into the tower. Low-key, you know, not like funny, but like just enough to make you go, aye, okay, that's creative. Okay, that was a little funny.
My only other one I had,
B-, well played.
which I did like, which I did find, which made me chuckle a bit, was like the video footage of the plane coming in. As I had a voiceover there, I think it was like from like Top Gun, something like that. Oh, watch me thread this needle. Oh shit.
Thread needle. Fuck. You know, like ground, watch me thread this needle. Oh shit. Bang. You know, I thought that was like, yeah, that was creative.
Guess
1 1 2 1 2. That's why your mama a hoe. Watch me thread this needle. Fucking.
You know, it was like horrendously wrong, but still like it made me chuckle a little bit inside.
It's like right on that line of like, it's a little fucked, but it's just a little bit funny. You know, it's an art form. You know, it's a sacred art to be a funny fucker online.
Oh, another one was there.
No, like, so I remember like from when I was a kid, like fucking, like there was I don't know if you'll remember this. It was a fairly big case back in, I think it was like 2016, 2017, and there was like oh fuck, I can't remember why they were famous, but there was a vaguely famous British streamer at the time, like a young woman.
Yeah,
I think
vaguely remember
like 19 or 20. She was literally cyberbullied into killing herself.
Yes.
Because like everything she put online, be it like a live stream, YouTube video, Instagram post, just the comment sections were just filled with just vile fucking shit. Yeah, and like literally pushed this young woman.
Actually, I do remember the case that was what, because that was brought one of the new bills into the House of Lords and in the Parliament, which didn't pass, which was because currently the way our law works is theoretically I cannot be prosecuted for convicting you to kill yourself.
Yes.
Because the decision to end your life is still yours.
Yes.
Whereas they want to bring a bill in where that, because the German has a similar law in where if I taunt you enough to kill yourself, then I can be prosecuted for murder.
Which, to be fair, I do agree with that law.
I do as well, but like I say, we didn't bring it in. I think it's back for review again this year.
It's one of the few cyber laws I've seen go through like our government system where I've gone, yeah, okay, actually, probably a good idea.
Probably it wasn't passed because it went against the.
Yeah, it got fucking kiboshed, but
I know it's coming back in this year.
It is, yes, it's coming back in.
And I've got a feeling it might pass this year.
I genuinely think it should. I don't like it. You know, like, I especially don't like it because I know what our government's like. It's probably going to get abused like a motherfucker.
Yes, I know it is.
But the base standpoint of it, 100% agree.
If it's done to the word, if it works the way of worded, because unlike the other one, it's actually still a bill by itself. Right? If it's worked out the way it's worded, then yes, it's a good protectional marker.
Yes, like, because it shouldn't be a thing of like, okay, 5,000 people said this person should kill themselves. You said it to them once in one post, you go to jail.
Yes.
Right? Because like, no, you didn't talk them into that.
It's gonna be.
If it's kids like 5,000 people commented, and you commented on literally every single fucking thing they ever put up online saying you should fucking kill yourself.
Yes.
You know, like, then yeah, fair, you should go to jail at that point. Like, yeah, understandable.
Yeah, it's got to be pronounced. To me, it's got one of those things that's. My premise, I think, is going to connect to the hate speech bill. And the other person I committed suicide against, well, you told them to kill themselves against. Yeah, because they said some fuck shit online. Yeah, because you said because you bullying them.
Even at that, I still do agree. Yeah, fair enough. Like,
you know, it's one of those things that's going to be. It has to be very worded very correctly for the law. And I think they're going to have to, instead of waiting for a court case to come around to establish precedents for it, I think they establish a precedent for it as soon as the bill passes.
Like, from my standpoint, like, there's so few situations where I could say, like, you're justified to say to somebody, fucking kill yourself.
Yeah.
Even online, there's so few situations where, like, realistically you can get away with it. You know, like, it's like if it's just like, you know, it's like you and me are like shit posting just between ourselves here in the living room, like off stream, right? And like you say like a really shit joke, and I like jokingly go, fucking kill yourself. That was shit. You know, like in that situation, we both know I'm just fucking ribbing you. I don't fucking mean.
Yeah, because context matters.
Exactly. Whereas like, you know, you know, if we don't fucking know each other, you put a thing up on Facebook and I comment, you should fucking kill yourself, you fat ugly piece of shit. I should probably have a consequence for that. Cause like, that's just unfucking necessary. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, like there are motherfuckers I've got blood feuds with, who I wouldn't tell to kill themselves. And you know me, Fat Man T, like, if I say I've got a blood feud with a motherfucker, that means something. That means that motherfucker has done something genuinely horrific. And I still wouldn't say that to them and mean it. You know what I mean? Like, because I just don't believe in saying shit like that and fucking meaning it. You know, like, because it ain't right. There's not a situation, like, in this fucking universe where you could say to somebody, fucking kill yourself and mean it and not be the asshole. You know what I mean? Like,
I know you mean, but it's not just like the word kill yourself, which I think drives people to commit suicide. Because there was that Discord issue.
Yes.
With that also on the Rumpies.
I might be getting
who ran that trans page.
Yes.
Which convinced kids to do HRTs and all that, and saying if you don't do it, I'm going to spread these pictures to.
Yeah, there was also one with the weirdly infamous case of the 4chan femboy cult.
Yeah.
Which was basically the same thing, but for femboys rather than trans. But still, you know, like that was a whole flavor of fuck. That turned into like a whole sex trafficking issue, and there was like some child pornography by accident got involved there. And that was a really fucked case. But like, you know, like it's. I mean, don't get me wrong, but in both of those cases, motherfucker deserved what he got and then some. Like that motherfucker, you know. Frankly, there's not a fucking level of hell deep enough, in my opinion, for neither of those fucking guys. But
and the same thing with those suicide web forums.
Yeah, those I despise those fucking things with a passion.
Because one me and Frog dove into last year.
Yes.
And I want to revisit that one again because it's back in my head for some reason.
Yeah, it's that time of year, I guess. But fucking.
No, I think I saw something online and it came back to me.
Like I'll tell you exactly why I have such a problem with like the suicide forums in particular, the ones where it's like fucking the ones I genuinely like are like the self-help ones, where it's like, okay, come have a rant, other cunts going through similar shit, we'll hash it out, we'll have a talk. I love those places.
Yeah.
Right, those sides of the internet, beautiful places. Right, you can meet some of the nicest fucking people in the world there. Don't get me wrong, you meet some fucking cunts over there too, but you meet some really fucking great folk on that side of the internet. It's the ones that are, you know, they're still labeled as self-help, which I despise.
Yeah, yes.
The ones where it's like fucking, okay, here's exactly where to cut yourself and with what kind of blade in order to bleed out in the fastest way possible. Those ones I fucking despise. I despise them with a passion. I've spent so many fucking years of my life trying to build up fucking depressed motherfuckers like who I've met in my life.
Oh yeah.
And make sure they don't fucking do shit like that. Make sure that they do fucking stick around. You know, fucking fight their problems and get through fucking life. You know, because you know, bare fucking minimum achievement here, lads. Come on, let's get the tutorial achievement sorted here before we start making stupid fucking choices.
I do want to go check with you on because that one website I found, which I'm gonna have to frog what it was again.
I've stumbled across a few in my time where like I've found a few where like they've got like fucking. I've found a couple of websites, right, where like to sign up to it, if you are over the age of 18, you're not allowed in.
Yeah.
They are child exclusive suicide.
And some of the things I read on that site. There's one guy called, I think the main one after was Cupcake.
Yes.
was like just literally, you know.
Not just like telling people how to do it, but egging people. I've seen that. So
don't worry, you
many
can
times
do
on
it.
those
You're so brave for
websites.
doing this. Your family would love you for it.
I hate it. I hate it so much. And the number one reason why I hate it, right, is as like by no means a psychology expert, but like a psychology nerd, somebody that really finds psychology interesting and has spent a fair amount of time kind of studying different sides of psychology. You know, especially like different therapy techniques. Is fucking you see it all the time on these suicide forums and shit. Is the people that are kind of egging them on and kind of encouraging them are literally using the exact same techniques you would use to talk someone out of suicide.
Yes.
To talk them into it, and that's why it's so disgustingly effective. Because it's literally like beat for beat exactly how you talk a motherfucker down.
My worst
with
one
the
is
wording fucking like flipped on its head, so it's beat for beat. Perfect to talk a guy
with this
into.
cupcake one.
It's disgusting.
Was like he's like giving out for chemical compounds.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't know how fair it is, but I'll find. But I'm currently doing research. Like, you're convincing these kids to commit suicide, and you have no. You keep saying, "Oh, if I sort of thought myself," like, you have nowhere near sort of thoughts. You're just doing this because
you're a sick, twisted motherfucker who I
to be honest,
hope horrible things happens to.
To me, it's more a case of like a serial. Is basically he found a serial killer. It's one easier way of killing.
I mean, yeah.
Without even fingerprints trail on it.
You know, like it's I hate it. I will forever argue that motherfuckers like that, right? There's only two possibilities to me, right? Either they've never experienced like that kind of fucking devastation in their family, right? They've never had a close family member fucking take their own life, or they've had way too many fucking family members take their own lives and it's damaged them. Those are the only two fucking possibilities I can see.
No, I've got
either they've not experienced it and they think they're fucking funny, or they've had it happen way too many times and their brains are fucking broken and they need to be put somewhere where sunlight can never reach them again.
No, my third option is they're just a plain old sociopath and enjoy the suffering.
No, I genuinely, I don't even think a sociopath would be able to look at that pastime and go, yeah, have a bash of that. There's got to be something extra fucking wrong with you to get into that shit.
Because when like one person he was talking to was like saying, I couldn't do it, I had to back out, you know, I got two things. And oh, don't worry, pussy, you can get it next time. You know, just refocus, you'll get it done.
I genuinely think that like motherfuckers like that, they've not had that personal hit of a motherfucker you care about.
Yeah.
Like of taking their own life.
And again, by law, they can't be punished for it.
Yeah, and it's bullshit. Like, if you're actively encouraging and facilitating another person's fucking suicide, you should be done for murder.
Oh, yeah.
If I handed you a loaded gun right now and you pulled the trigger onto your own fucking skull, I'd go to jail for facilitating a murder.
Yes.
Right? I'd go to jail. Right? If I handed you a rope pre-tied into a noose and you fucking hung yourself, I'd go to jail, wouldn't I? Right? I'd go to fucking jail. So how does it make any sense, right? That, you know, if I hand you a loaded gun or I hand you a noose, you fucking kill yourself, I go to jail, right? If that's the case, how does it make any sense then, right? Because this is the precedent that the fucking law is setting here, right? That if I leave a rope right there on the desk, right? It's not tied into a noose, right? It's just plain old rope. And I sit here, now I walk you through step by step. As you do it, here's exactly how you tie a noose.
Yeah.
You know what you should do with that noose, right? You should put that noose around your neck, right? You should hang it off the fucking rafters of the loft, right? And you should fucking jump at the top window of the house, right? If I did that and said that, I don't go to fucking jail. Make that make sense to me.
Yes.
I tied a noose, I hand you the noose, you kill yourself, I go to jail. I hand you the untied rope, I tell you how to fucking tie it, I tell you how to kill yourself with it. I don't go to jail. How is that not fucking murder?
What's one analogy is it's a case of you give me a step-by-step tutorial of how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where do I buy it?
Yeah.
Where's the perfect place to do it from?
Yeah. How is that not fucking murder?
Because, again, as far as the law's concerned is, it's down to the person to commit suicide, their choice. Even if they're minor or not.
See, I counter-proposal though, counter-argument, right? If I tell you, right, if we were to sit here right now, right, I were to say to you, right, see Bill across the road, right? Bill sells handguns, right? He'll sell you a handgun, 20 quid, right? Here's what you should do, right? You should go to Bill, give him 20 quid, buy yourself a handgun, right? Go down that corner shop, right? Go into the corner shop, shoot the fucking shopkeeper dead, right? Rob the till, come back. If I gave you those instructions, right, I'd go to jail for planning a robbery and assisting in a fucking murder.
Conspiracy at least.
Right? Yeah, conspiracy to rob and assist like accessory to murder. Right? I'd go to fucking jail. I'd do a lot of time in jail for that.
No.
But
this other website gets away with it because remember, I found this website on Google itself.
Yes.
When I googled it. Right, which is heroic, shouldn't be there anyway.
Yeah, it's not fucking it's the type of thing where like you'd think, oh, you need like the Tor browser, you gotta be like tech savvy to find it. No, 5 minutes on Google, it's there. It's not even hard to find this shit.
The way you get around it for, right, which is I think even sickening, right? We're going back to this Johnny in a minute because we don't get this out. If we don't get around now, I'll blow.
Really quickly, just so I can put this into perspective for literally everyone who will ever listen to this.
Yeah.
It is genuinely easier, not just namely in this country, it is genuinely easier and requires less technical skill and know-how to access those websites and access those forums than it does to access fucking Pornhub.
Yes.
To access Pornhub with most internet providers, you have to log into your fucking router and turn off safe search. To access tutorials on how to fucking end yourself, you don't have to turn off.
We'll go around it, folks. I double checked it myself.
It's bullshit.
Right? Is on one of their pages somewhere on the forums. They've put up basically a couple forums about Samaritans and a few others.
Yes.
And a little blurb about saying, "Oh, you shouldn't really kill yourself. You got to kill yourself." Trouble. While literally in forum one step away.
Yes.
Giving you detailed instruction on how to take fucking nitric acetate as a way of effectively ending your life in one shot, without possibly being resuscitated.
It's ridiculous that these people aren't being fucking done for, at the very least, attempted conspiracy of murder.
Even the problem they talk through how to sign a DNR.
Yeah.
And type shit.
Which, on its own, if you ask me, is fucking providing legal advice without a fucking license.
Yes.
Which is a crime. But I bet you 1,000,000 to 1 odds, never gonna get done for it though.
No, because the forum itself is held on a different server.
Fuck it, it's
not held on an American server or a UK server. So therefore, it doesn't count under they.
It fucking should. Look, you ask me, right? It shouldn't matter what the fuck, what country the server's hosted on. It shouldn't matter what fucking IP you're connecting from.
Yes.
Right.
I agree. That's what I'm doing for internet crimes at the best time, I think.
Because the thing is, it's how it's worked with most internet crimes.
Yeah.
Right? It's like Facebook isn't owned by Britain. It's not a British company, it's an American company. Right? I log on to Facebook right now. I commit a hate crime on fucking Facebook. Somebody phones the police about that. I go to fucking jail.
Yes.
Right? Because I've logged in from Britain and committed a British crime while living in Britain on an American website. Right? That's a cyber crime. I go to fucking jail. Because my IP address is British.
That's the problem with the British government saying they're deporting Americans over here who commit hate crimes against British sovereigns. Well, they said it on Facebook, which is reacted by the British people and targeted one British person.
Yes.
Yes, but the American has the First Amendment and he's in America.
Yeah. It's the way I put it, right? It's fucking one rule for some and another for others. You commit one fucking flavour of cybercrime, jail. No questions asked. No hammer, no jury, nothing. Jail. Right? Prison. Federal prison.
I mean, tell you what, right?
Right off the bat.
Tell you what,
Do another cybercrime, you fucking.
Key example, right? Right, Silk Road, the deep run.
Silk Road, yeah.
Right, it takes quite a lot of know-how, Tor browser, and even a ghost modem to get down that far.
Yes.
To get access to Silk Road.
Well,
right.
To access Silk Road, no. To actually, do business with Silk Road, yes.
Right. Yeah, people think still saying the idea of hiring a hitman. That person got who hosted last time. Got to think, well, you got conspiracy equipment because you basically facilitate hiring of hitmen.
Yes.
Right.
Literally, a guy set up a website to rent a hitman as a shit post.
Yes.
And the same guy put in 25 applications to hire a hitman. So the guy gets set up, got concerned, and contacted the feds. Which, you know what, valid.
Right. And even the guy who ran Silk Road got done for saying, I didn't do any of these crimes. I just played a platform where they could talk about these things.
Yes.
It's a forum. Yeah, that's enough. You're allowing them to do it here.
Yeah.
Whereas these suicide forums exist on fucking Google itself.
Yes.
The most milquetoast search engine next to fucking Bing.
Yes. And even then, I don't think there's anyone left using Bing.
It's pretty much dead by now.
Yeah.
Or even Ask Jeeves, so we say.
Ask Jeeves is definitely fucking dead.
Right.
Quora is probably more alive than Bing at this point.
You can find it straight on there.
Yes.
And actually, straight away, it's like the Honest to God was the top fucking search I did.
Literally right fucking there.
No, sorry, it wasn't the top one. It was the second one down.
Yes.
Because
the first one is just a sponsored ad by Samaritans.
Yeah, it was sponsored Samaritans and an American version.
I tend to find whenever you Google anything to do with like mental health, literally the first result is always the Samaritans hotline.
Yeah.
No matter what.
But still, it was on like the very first page, and only a few links down.
Yeah.
Not exactly hard to fucking miss.
Yeah, like not something that takes a lot of fucking like skill or savvy to find.
Right.
My mum could probably find it if I like gave her like 3 seconds worth of instruction.
Because it's called like Suicide Solutions or something stupid like that the website was called.
Like the 3 seconds of instructions would be, okay, Google this.
Yeah.
Like that's all the instruction my mother would need in done.
Yeah.
That shit your granny could fucking figure out.
But yet this is allowed, which essentially to me is the same thing as like hiring the hitman. Is like, fair enough, you're hiring the hitman, but you give them all the information they need to do it.
Yes.
To someone who's very mentally unstable.
Yes.
I mean, I know myself, I went through a mental break and I was deeply mentally unstable.
Yeah.
At the point. You know, it wouldn't have took much to think, look, my mind half repaired itself after that point.
Yeah. You know, like, it happens.
You know, I still had the thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
But I had barriers in place to stop me going any further than that, like, you know, a few second thought.
Yeah.
But someone who doesn't have the kind of mental capacity or mental training.
When I was at just a few fucking years ago.
Yeah.
You know, I spent a lot of, especially my fucking teenage years, in a very unhealthy fucking mindset. Like, I was from the ages of about maybe 9, right through till I was about 17, there wasn't a day went past I didn't consider fucking ending.
Because remember, some of like the mental health authority forms, like saying, "Oh, any thoughts?" And yeah, for about 4 seconds.
Yeah, I'm talking like there was most nights. I'd be sat up till like 3 o'clock in the morning, umming and ahhing, like, should I just give the fuck up though? You know, I'd be sat in school, like doing fucking math, just being like,
no,
you know what? I might just fucking end it the night because this algebra can fuck off.
I mean, again, when I was a kid, and like I was going to like high school, and I was getting severely bullied.
Yeah.
To the point where I was getting hit every day, even like a few adults when I tried to pop me.
Yeah.
So my dad wasn't around. My dad was around. They wouldn't have survived the attempt, but
exactly,
you couldn't always be there because I had a little mum, and even then I was like close to doing it, and it was my dad that talked me down from it. And I say one of the things he did, again, it goes back to like, this is why I have to be after martial arts.
Yeah.
Is that when you do martial arts, you get to a point where you imagine, you play out like combat scenarios in your head.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. And one of the scenarios you always play out in your head is, if you go into a fight, is, how could this fight end with me dying?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a common thing martial artists do all the time.
I don't know about you. It's usually the first like set of things I go through is, okay, if I what's the worst case scenario if I take these steps?
Yeah.
Okay, I die in this way. Okay, worst case scenario, I take these steps. Okay, I die in this way. You go through the shit ideas first off. Okay, obviously if I do it this way, I'm gonna die, but in what way? Okay, that way, right? Like that's.
Best way to describe for people at home who don't understand the martial arts mindset is the video game mindset, where you think about how to try to do a video game.
Yeah.
And you're like, how to avoid the game over.
Yeah, it's like you're doing 300 runs of the same combat level in your head in a split second.
Yeah. Which one ends in game over, which one gives you a route not to end in game over.
Yeah, like...
Except in this scenario, it's like...
Realistically, you're aiming for the one where, like, you're probably going to get hurt, but you're going to survive it. And that guy's going to get way more fucked up than you are. That's the one you're looking for.
Now, lucky when I had my break a few years ago, that kind of like training kicked in my brain, was like, yeah, that thing, move on to this part now, next. So when I say it,
fuck that problem off over there, we'll come back later,
Yeah, here's a solution to not have that problem. Well done, move on. Mm-hmm. And like trying to explain that to my therapist at the time, like how that happens in my brain so fast, like, couldn't quite grasp it. Because I don't think they've ever had like someone with martial arts training in therapy before.
Yeah, I mean, it is one of those like weird things with like, because like, I mean, you know yourself from like my stories of like doing martial arts over the years. Realistically, I wasn't that thoroughly trained.
Yeah.
Like I certainly was never trained to have that instinct, that like kind of brain working of in this, literally a split second. Okay, 300 scenarios, go. Which one's the least shit? This one, we're going for that one. Never trained to do that. I was more trained to be like more just reflective, reactive of just situation is there, I'm here. Okay, what do we do? Mm-hmm. We go in, just defensive counter, go. You know, like get him before he gets you, but also let him try first.
Act and reaction techniques.
Exactly, but my brain very quickly just did it.
Yes.
You know, like I can still to this day tell you the very first time my brain did that. Like for like a fight scenario where in literally split second, 300 scenarios, this is the least shit one, we're going for it. You know, and like it you know, it wasn't even like at like the dojo or like in a lesson or anything. I was in a legit fucking fight. Like I got jumped. Literally if memory serves, I think I was going to the shop or something, and just, I had a bit of fucking beef with just decided to fucking jump me because he saw me. You know, and in that split second, I saw his hand coming into my peripheral, and my brain went, okay, if I block this way, I'm gonna get fucking a shiner. If I block this way, now it's gonna break my arm. Okay, if I block this way, okay, no, we've figured it out now. I take a step back and throw. 3, 2, and real time, bang!
Yeah.
You know, fucking, you know, like, I was maybe 12. Never been taught to do it. My brain just naturally figured out, okay, stop time for a second.
A lot of people, like, think, oh, that's impossible. Like, no, as a martial artist,
it sounds impossible. It sounds like fantasy bullshit, but it is. It's something. I think it's like an adrenaline thing. I think like the way I think it works is like, especially with karate, because you train to kind of like do things kind of slow at first and then build up the intensity in that.
Yeah,
your brain gets used to that feeling of like, okay, adrenaline's going. You know, like because like you know when you're doing the training, it's like, okay, adrenaline's climbing, we start it slow, we go to fast, and in a real combat scenario it's like adrenaline's up. You know, like because your brain's used to step 1 when you've got just a little bit of adrenaline being slow, but slow is not an option. It like your brain starts processing shit way faster to trick itself into thinking things are slow.
See, I always describe it as
itself that time.
When you do a lot of training, like especially rather power training, like a lot of young people can't understand why it exists for, like the kind of stuff. Is you train your body into certain motions.
Yes, building up that kind of strength.
Right now, what happens?
More explosive with it.
When you get that image in your head, like time stops still, like your body's automatically reacting itself. The brain's no longer in control fully of your body.
Your instincts have already taken over, and you're like because the way I describe it is like it feels like you're making a decision in that moment of like you run through the 300 scenarios and okay, I'm picking the least shit one. By the time you've figured out which one's the least shit one, we're gonna go for that one. Your body and instincts made that decision fucking 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You're already doing it. Your brain's just tricking you into thinking
it's like the slow-mo video games people are about.
Exactly.
That's exactly the feeling you get in the martial arts fights. Like,
it really is.
Time slows down to a crawl or stops. Like,
especially like right at the very start again, you get that immediate spike in elevation of just max pain bullet timing.
Yeah, basically.
And you get into that position of like, okay, and real time, boom, 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 die. You know, like it's bizarre, especially the first time it happens. It kind of scares you a little bit.
Because it's one of those things that's documented quite enough in, like, a lot of documents of like people like studying martial arts. Like, this theoretically should not be possible.
Yeah, a guy shouldn't be able to move that quickly.
You know, or like say, well, what was your thought process? Well, I went through all this in my head. Like, there was like 2 seconds in between that and this. Yes, but I still went through all this. Sorry, mate, your brain can't process things that fast.
Sadly, it can.
Yeah, but the time stopped. Time doesn't stop. It did stop because time is relevant to your position of understanding.
Yes. You know, but at the same time, despite that being genuinely true, like in my experience, and like I said, a lot of martial arts experience. There's another like kind of turn of phrase that when I was younger I fucking hated, but like now that I'm older and wiser, I know for a fact it's fucking true because I've had it happen many a time. You can have as many plans as you want going into a fight.
Yes.
Right? Even in that split second kind of like slow-mo mode, you can come up with as many fucking plans as you want. The second you get a fucking whack right in the jaw, all plans go out the fucking window.
Yes.
Your brain kind of turns off a little bit, and the part of your brain is logical and is like, okay, we're gonna do this, then this, then this. That fucks off, and so basically a concussed caveman takes over, and you just get violent. You stop thinking and you just start doing.
I tell you the worst one for me is a concept of like being conscious and still fighting. Right? Because you know, like, see what
that scares the shit out of me. I've had it happen once. It was terrifying.
You know, it's like because I was in just when I was doing training. Because again, the part of the body, muscle memory, the body knows. Your brain doesn't know it, but your body will know it.
Oh yeah.
Right? In this case of like
that classic lights out and they can't home fighting scenario.
Your eyes roll back, completely blank.
Yeah.
Yet somehow your body's still fighting very effectively when it shouldn't be anymore. Because like I say, there's nothing controlling it. And people still can't understand the concept like, yes, but because you've trained your body to react, but how do you get any sensory input? You can't say anything. Yes, but your body can still hear. Your body can still feel on the skin.
Like you still have some like subconscious like instincts. Like,
you know, human skin is very sensitive, so you feel the slight brush of someone's hand moving over you. Your body's going to automatically react and snap and break whatever it's in.
Yeah, whatever like it needs to do. You know, like I had it happen once. Luckily, I was in the dojo when it happened. You know, like I was like in a lesson surrounded by fucking professionals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like because I will forever argue to this day if like what happened to me that day had happened out in the street, CTE, straight off the bat, I'd have Chris Benoit it. Right, I'd have a brain like a fucking 92-year-old by now. You know, but we were doing like a sparring session, me and like one of the guys, and like we had like full protective kit on as well. Like we had like the fucking like the crash helm, the pads, like the works, right? Theoretically, knocking a motherfucker out should have been damn near undoable. You know, like realistically speaking. You know, and like we weren't even like we were kind of doing like half contact sparring of like, you know, like you're pulling your punches and shit, still like kind of gently like meh. Yeah, just like real gentle, just tappy shit. And the guy sparring, he was being a cocky little prick and just like fucking around a little bit. And he went for like basically like a back heel kick, and just ever so slightly put just a little too much juice behind that bitch, and just basically missed all of the padding on the helmet and just caught me right in the fucking chin.
Yeah.
And just like the classic like the boxer thing for like getting knocked out, like your neck turns just that little bit too far and your brain goes, okay, clearly you don't know what the fuck you're doing, so I'm gonna take over for a little minute and we're gonna have a little lie down. That kind of happened. I'm just, you know, I felt it hit me and then everything went black. You know, and then you know, I woke up, I was on the mat. I was expecting to like my eyes would go pink and I'd see the guy over me being like, oh my god, are you okay? And there was fucking nobody. You know, and then I was like, it's very quiet. Oh fuck, have I been kicked so hard my ears decided to stop? No, I can still hear clicking. And then I heard a voice from very far away just go, holy fuck, he's alive! So I sat up, right? The entire dojo, clearly assuming I'm dead, they're on the other side with the other guy, who's also on the mat. Right, so you know, I get up, I'm like, what the fuck has occurred? Like, why is he on the floor? I'm the one that got heel kicked, what the fuck, right? And fucking Sensei Gary, I hope he still has the footage of this, because it's beautiful. Sensei Gary was like, pulled me to the side and was like, here, watch this. Pulled out the fucking camcorder, filmed it back. Right? And like, you can see it again, you get to see the heel kick fucking just clean my fucking clock. And you see my whole body just go like limp, except my legs. My legs are still like nice and tight. Basically, yeah, I kind of look at the floor a little bit, bring my head up, I just kind of stare through the fucking guy, and then just kick him right in the fucking chest. Basically, as his body hits the ground and it makes that boof, my legs finally turn off and I just slump.
Yeah.
And like the way my body hit the ground, like the way I just slumped, fuck, it looked like a sniper took me out. Like it looked like I just took like a 5.56 to the dome.
It's like one of those stories I was told when I was doing soul training. Was the stories of the samurai who was killed. They cleanly beheaded.
Still fighting.
But still fighting a good 30 minutes later, and it wasn't until the battle was finished that his body eventually dropped.
Like the sound and like the kind of like the vibrations and shit stopped. It's like natural instinct, like muscle memory, quite literally wasn't firing anymore.
You know, it's a kind of thing of like the whole point of like, you know, the will to fight continues on even after death type thing.
I think for me it was less of like the will to fight and more of the how fucking dare you.
Yeah.
How dare you knock me out? Fuck you. Get on the ground, you piece of shit.
But like I say, we're going back to this. We'll go on and we'll cover that. I think we'll do a deep dive on that suicide stuff.
We'll definitely do a proper deep dive into the suicide.
Might bring like Echo on someone on it in that. get a good discussion around it going.
That's like, kind of like, cause weirdly, I think pretty much everyone we've ever had on this podcast will probably be equally as fucking disgusted about it. It's like, because I can't say too much, because for a few of the folk on the show I don't know, and for other people I know way too much about it. But like, I think pretty much everyone that's been on the show, you know, yourself and I included, have like mental health histories and mental health experiences where like, yeah, we have that kind of very personal experiences where we can be like, nah, fuck you, and how dare you try. You know, like,
I know Glitter, Mila Goose, especially doing me when I first told her about it.
Yeah,
she went apoplectic.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't
at it. You know, because like I say, she's got kids herself, and like
exactly, and they're like, you know, a good couple of her kids are kind of like at that age where they're fucking, you know, very kind of susceptible to, you know, that kind of content. And,
well, such
a few of her other kids are kind of getting close to that age now. And
I think we dealt with the oldest one.
Yeah.
And some of the stuff where she was writing down and stuff like that, we weren't, or like researching.
Yeah.
And that, like, I pointed out to my sister about it, and she went, like, say, how did she? And it's literally just find on Google.
Yeah, it's Google. You know, like, I mean, I've had some talks with that kid, and like, you can. It's gonna sound wrong, right? But like, you can tell that like the kid's not doing that great, but also, at least for me, it's like, she reminds me a lot of what I was like at that age, of like, not doing great, knowing the healthiest mindset, probably gonna be alright in the end though.
I mean, I know she's turned.
Get a few years, she'll be right.
She's turned lesbian at the moment, but I think that's more case of. I don't believe she is lesbian or bi.
I think she's very much at the edge of like, I think she's kind of finding herself, and
I think it's more case of she's doing this way, going this way route because of the boyfriend she had, which caused a lot of the issues which we've talked about in private about.
Yeah, which like
I think it's a reaction to that. More than anything else.
Again, she is just at that age. You know, like, yeah, I mean, like I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't care how fucking straight you are. Everyone had a gay phase.
I never did.
And, nah, you just don't know you had a gay phase. Everyone had a phase where like they were just a little fruity. Just I will argue most straight folk had it for like 5 seconds, then shut that shit down. They shut that shit down to like 5 seconds. Probably not even long enough for them to fully register it happened. Looked at a fucking fella and went, he's kind of fuckable, and then shut that shit down forever, put it in a box and buried it.
Just destroyed it in the incinerator.
Ended it. They were just uncomfortable with it. I will forever argue every motherfucker, and I don't care how fucking straight they are, they had a gay moment. They had, like, everyone either had like a gay 5 seconds or a gay 6 months. I don't care how straight you were. It was one of the two.
Let's get back onto less depressing topics and more amusing.
Oh yeah.
Let's look after this idiot here.
I mean, I don't know. This is depressing for me, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's funny. A great idea, Johnny. Can you explain to me where, why, how you could even begin to think this is a good idea? You're going to a court hearing, a place where people that have significantly more power than you in this moment are literally deciding your fate. They're deciding how long you are going to spend in a prison in their country, in a foreign country, a place you don't belong in right now. And you want to show up there disrespecting them.
This video he posted out on his Instagram was after he found out about the charge of the sex video.
Oh fuck, he still thought it was a good idea?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Gaylord, there's no fucking helping some deadheads.
Disrespecting yourself too, because I don't know if you know this or not, Mr. Smalley, but you're black, bro. Your skin looks similar to mine, and the KKK have never been our friends. Nor will they ever be our friends or allies, nothing. The KKK literally stands to hate people that look like you, that look like me, that look like us. And I don't know why you think this is a big joke, like you think it's a big game. Like, I don't know how you've convinced yourself that you're not serving prison time, that you can show up, you can do whatever you want. There's people that have been significantly more compliant, more palatable, much more likable than you, that try to play the system as delicately as possible and still were sentenced to a long time in jail for the crimes that they did that were also foreigners. You're not somehow exempt from punishment, and I don't know who's convinced you that you are. My guess is your homeboy, your boyfriend Hank, must be egging you on, telling you, oh yeah, nothing's gonna happen to you, Johnny. You're gonna be, if anything, you should be trying to make things better for yourself. Away for a He's also done and said some pretty disrespectful things recently. This includes calling Korean women basically his pets, saying that he's gonna put them on a leash. And not only that, but encourage basic thing. This is stupid. Now, Johnny has also done and said some pretty disrespectful things recently. This includes calling Korean women basically his pets, saying that he's gonna put them on a leash. And not only that, but encouraging Hank and himself to go out and find some prostitutes on Hooker Hill, as they call it.
I want to get a Korean girl, put her on a leash, and say, listen, I got my own comfort one.
Oh,
I got a statue no more.
Yes, yes.
Words fail me. You know what? I feel like that teacher in high school. We got that really clown idiot in your classroom. It's like
that one teacher who ain't even mad anymore. They're just disappointed.
Yeah. Of all the idiots and all the idiot villages, across all the idiot worlds, you, my friend, stand alone.
Of all the idiots I could have been landed with, it had to be fucking you, didn't it?
You know, it's like I've gone beyond past being angry, upset, even past being disappointed at this point. It's now just a cold realization of...
It's just pure acceptance. It's not even grief anymore, it's acceptance.
You know, it's like a case of... This has got to go on to the world at some point. And I pity the world.
One day, that's going to get to vote.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh, that other one, that Game Show one. You know, not once in this entire rambling here came out anything resembling like a clear thought. I award you 0 points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Yet somehow you've won.
Yes. Walk on a leash. Walk on a leash, yes.
Tro, I think that's the best idea we came up with. Put the Korean girl on the leash and say, this is my comfort. That's
This is my comfort. Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie.
That will get you shot.
Yeah.
That's a woman there. It's grainy as fuck, but I'm assuming it's a woman.
Looks like a woman.
Oh shit.
You need to go to like one of those Asian BDSM stores and just buy like a leash, a choker, and then buy some chains and then tie the chain to the leash. And then,
There's literally an adult store right below Hank's apartment. I'll go there. Get all the material.
Yeah.
Amigo, what do you think about the fucking putting a Korean girl on the leash and saying this is my new comfort woman?
I mean, my name's not Amigo, but I'll tell you what I think. You're a goddamn idiot, Johnny. Is your goal to spend as much time in a jail as possible? Is your goal to make yourself the most unlikable person to ever exist? Because you are making headway. You really are. You are making very, very good progress, if that is your intention. And it's starting to look that way.
I mean, if he wants to get shot, he's going the right way about it.
I'm pretty sure Korea still has the, death penalty.
It does, yes. The problem is, though, he already knows the Korean people are watching his social media.
Yeah.
You know, the courts are watching his social media for way more fuck shit to charge him with.
Yes.
And he's brought this out on his social media.
Yes.
And he thinks it's a good idea, men talking like this.
Yes.
Not even in a private call.
A call he published on his Instagram.
Yes. And he somehow thinks this is a bright fucking idea.
What could go wrong?
It's like me, sitting in this room giving the exact detailed plans of
How to rob a bank.
How to build a thermonuclear device, where to place it in order to take out the White House and everything in between it.
What's easy? You get some plutonium-345.
Cesium works better.
Step 1, get some yellow cake, right? And no, I don't mean a fairy. Well, fucking
lemon cake is what we want. That's a good shit. I can't even think about
the plutonium strain or the marijuana strain?
Plutonium, the nuclear one. When you want to buy new materials, generally, especially uranium-75, which is the best stuff you can get, is advertised in the black market as yellow cake, as lemon cake, It's about 5.5 grams per kilo.
You're right, they've moved it to lemon cake now, yeah. They stopped using yellow cake and
yeah, because people got confused with
2010 or some shit.
Because people got confused with the rhino cakes for some stupid reason.
Oh, it's also because, like, you know, the feds kind of cottoned on to yellow cake.
I think plutonium's now like blackberry forest or something like that.
Way. Now, here's the thing. The reason why this whole leash thing is just so unbelievably disrespectful is he's referring to this fictional girl that he will never get in a million.
The leash, put a gun on a leash. Okay, it's fucked up in this context of he's on about Korean comfort women.
True, but to be fair, maybe it's just kinky. Like, you can kind of...
There's plenty of kinky...
leash part, sure, okay, we can maybe excuse it, right?
Yeah, because kinky shit exists, and I've seen plenty of videos where women have walked around on leashes on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'd never do it in public, but at the same time, like I wouldn't say no to it in the bedroom, like, you know, discreetly, you know, behind closed doors, shut curtains and shit, you know, fucking...
Yeah, it's weird, especially in Asia, it's weird, like, thing called pet fetish.
Yeah, and the way I see it, if we behind a closed door and a shut curtain, pretty much anything's on the table, quite frankly, but what I get up to on my weekends is neither yours nor the good people's.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't, no fact, I mean, getting charged with, like, desecrating the statue of a current woman, then say, I want to grab a popular Asian woman, Alicia, and call my comfort woman.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit of a bad idea.
In years, as his comfort woman, which, if you guys don't know what that is a reference to the Statue of Peace, the comfort woman. And the reason why that's so problematic is this statue stands to represent women that were basically enslaved or...
Don't create them with king statues.
Yeah, because there are several of them, but I believe he's referring to specifically the one that Johnny decided to fucking grind against.
Oh, what is one? You got a map where they all were and went and started going at each one of them. He's actually on live stream saying which one should hit next.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The one with the baby oil, I think, was his fourth one he was messing around with.
Oh, Korea, if y'all do give him the death penalty, fucking give me a phone. Like, I feel like me and Korea can come to an agreement here of, like, I'll man the firing squad, y'all promise not to check my Discord.
I'll throw the switch.
Oh no, fuck the switch. We're getting this kind of firing squad. Fucking, it's more fun.
50 calibers.
Better yet, fuck the firing squad. Just give me a 1911. Give me a Colt 1911 and that's in one fucking bullet. I'll get the job done for you. Fuck it, it don't even have to be an original real, like, anything. Give me a gun and just fucking... I get it done. I don't care about the range.
No, poetic justice would be the Luger. The Luger 45.
I do love the Luger. The Luger. Beautiful weapon. Beautiful.
Or the broom handle, because that was China's favorite gun. The time was the broom handle.
He's nice, but he's not Luger. Luger is muy bueno.
Luger, the Luger, right, for the German gun was beautifully designed firearm.
Gorgeous, no matter how you slice the Luger.
Because I think at the end the
silhouette design.
The Luger Mark IV had both, like, had the mag load version. And you also had say you pull the bolt back.
You know, it was receiverable, and you could just fucking top.
And you could top load it as well at the same time.
You know, you could stand stig it. You shouldn't, but you can. You know, like, I tell you, the only thing I don't like about the Luger, it's 9mm. It's the only thing I don't like about it.
Yeah.
See if that bitch was chambered up in like 38s.
Well, they did do
we'd still be fucking using them. Let's be honest.
They did do a 45 version towards the end of the war. I think it was on the Mark.
Still.
Because they did a variant.
That bitch should have been chambered in 38. And hear me out when I say 22. Fuck me, that'd still be standard issue globally as a fucking sidearm.
Because I know they did do a variant with those 45 ACP. And basically they designed it.
Gorgeous caliber. It's too big for such a sleek, sexy designed pistol.
Because one thing the modifications they did for it, they had like a little rise at the back that fit on the wrist. They had
the wrist brace.
Yeah, the wrist brace was tacked onto the standard Luger.
The mounted wrist brace at that.
Then you basically pulled out the internal barrel out.
Yes.
Slot in the 45 barrel. Then they had the extended barrel on top, which gave you an extra 6 inches of barrel. And it was designed with a little scope on top somehow. It was purely designed as one of those little handgun snipers where you go and pop.
Nah, basically an Olympic grade fucking sniping pistol. Just,
Yeah.
Just Yusuf Ali style, and fuck you.
Yes.
Was that guy's name? I remember it was Yusuf.
Yusuf something or other, I can't remember what it was.
I think it was Yusuf Ali.
I think it was
the guy that just fucking clowned on the Olympics.
I think it was Turkish actually.
I think he's Turkish, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy just rocked up.
I was like, you see,
rocked up with a dad bod, a
pair of glasses on,
stare, and just eye pro, just no, literally did the entirety of the Olympics with one hand in his pocket, just bump.
Is he
reloaded one-handed? Fucking, I don't think that hand left that pocket the whole event. Just pop.
And you see everyone else when they got these little slide things on their eyes.
Like they got like the proper high-tech shit trying to range find it. He's just fucking eyeballing that shit at 300 feet. Just fucking pop.
You know, so you see like an artifice from D&D where like yes.
Man legit was eyeballing at 300 feet and landing fucking bullseyes with a handgun. I still believe that the fan theory that Yusuf was secretly a fucking assassin. He was a hitman. The only way that man was like that fucking good was that man was secretly a hitman.
He's
like the fucking Turkish KGB.
He's secret number 47.
Oh yeah. Like I think low-key that man was like a highly trained assassin for like the Turkish feds.
Just give me back of the head a little shave. Like, is the barcode there? Yep. Found to confirm.
I bet it's too obvious. I bet you any money 30-1. That bitch was on his ribs. He had that shit on his ribs.
No,
that's why he never wore a tank top.
No, what's on his ribs is like the kill list.
No, like on his right rib. That's where he's got the barcode. The left rib's the tally marks.
Now, names, locations.
Nah, it's just tally marks, bro. You know, if it's only tally marks, you can get away with it. You know, they ain't no solid evidence there. They can't convict him. You know, it's just tallies.
Tell you what the tally marks. I think I watched the one about the warthog. I think one warthog's got like 7 tanks, 4 planes, and a cow.
Yes.
I think what the fuck's the cow for against? Well, they're doing a strafing run on a tank convoy, slightly missed, and just wiped out a field of cows.
Yes. There's also I think it was like a fighter plane. I think it was like a P-51 if I remember rightly. In World War II, they got a Gator.
Yeah, go get him up because the plane landed.
They were for air support on like a fucking, I think like an infantry battalion that was like going for a swamp, and it's like came down to do its buzz over. It just saw like one of the infantry just getting fucked by a Gator, and it was like, shits and giggles. Just 50 cal the fucking Gator into pink mist.
I know one of the Australian pilots got 6 kangaroos,
2 ostriches, a koala bear, and a partridge in a pear tree.
No, yeah, literally, because what happened was he was come down low. He didn't realize how low he was.
Yeah.
And his props just literally churned up while they were walking in front of the plane, and he wasn't paying attention because he was.
You think you'd feel it, to be fair. You think you'd be, looking at the map. What the fuck was that?
As the story goes,
you think you'd feel that turbulence.
He was drunk and he was dating one of the radio operators. Radio operators.
Fair enough then, yeah.
And he was pissed.
He was too busy having a quickie in the cockpit.
Essentially, he was busy pissed and flirting with the radio operator, and he didn't know that he was just like mowing down like kangaroos, wallabies.
Legend. Dude, it's still to me not as funny as the story that comes out of the Falkland Wars. And it still happens to this day, in the Falkland Islands with the airbase.
Yeah.
Where like fucking RAF pilots, there's like a little island just
the
off
penguins.
The Falklands with the penguins, and the RAF pilots, it's like right on the landing path for the airbase. They will purposely fly too low near the island, because the penguins instinctively look up at the big flying metal barrels. But because penguins are fucking stupid, when they get to like looking directly up, rather than turning round to follow the plane, they just keep trying to look up. End up looking backwards and fall over. And apparently it's gotten to the point where the Falkland Penguin Counting Council has to send out representatives every hour, right, to like pick the penguins back up. The Red Cross has to send representatives out every half an hour, and the RAF every 25 minutes has to send out a full squad of soldiers to the island just to be sure, right? Because usually the penguins will do it only at landing. Once in a blue moon, a couple of penguins do it for takeoff. So every time a plane launches or lands at that airbase, the Penguin Counting Council, the British Red Cross, and the RAF send out representatives to start picking the penguins back up. Because 10 of them will do it at once. It's beautiful.
And people think penguins are...
Because penguins are fucking stupid.
And they're heavy little fuckers.
They are hefty animals.
Because especially people say like penguins like you know little thing about like you know maybe about 2 feet high. Like, no, there's some like 4.
They're like 4 foot.
Like 4 foot bastards and they weigh a ton.
Yeah, they're really dense animals. Like as someone who's held a penguin, no, we don't have time to get into the lore for why I held a penguin once. They're dense fucking animals. I'll tell you another animal, right? Weirdly, both of these are birds. Another animal deceptively fucking heavy. Barn owls.
Yes.
Barn owls are weirdly fucking heavy.
The problem is if you strip the feathers of them, right, it looks like you were expecting like an alien creature look like.
Yeah.
Once you remove all the
Even
feathers.
though, like, they're so small. They're so small and just 80% fluff. But also they weigh about fucking.
I tell you what's
30
terrifying
pounds.
thing if you lose the
They're
feathers.
so heavy.
Right, is the what do you call it, the hawk owl.
The hawk owls are gorgeous owls. B, again, deceptively heavy.
If you strip the feathers of those bastards, right, you think like when you see like the Roswell alien thing, that's where it came from.
Right, it looks like you took Fizzgig from the fucking Dark Crystal and set him on fire. But at the same time, again, like for their size, deceptively heavy owls. You look at a hawk owl, you'd think that'd be heavy-ish.
Yeah.
No, bro. I think vultures weigh fucking less than those things.
Probably I know because I won an arrow as a pet once, which you can't easily get your hands on.
Oh, yeah,
the problem you got is, in order to keep an owl, right, you have to every time you feed the fucker,
yes,
you have to weigh it.
Yes.
To make sure it's not getting too fat.
Yes.
Or too skinny, because they exist in a very narrow
weight
weight bracket.
Weight window that they have to exist in, where they just die.
Yeah, it's like I've never seen an animal apart from the panda.
Yes.
That's kind of like such a narrow margin of error to keeping itself alive.
I don't know if this is a thing down here. It's a thing in, I don't know if it's still a thing in Scotland, but it used to be a thing in Scotland when I was a kid. That you know, like if you went to like a car boot sale or a market or something.
Yeah.
There'd be a guy, right? I don't know the official name for this profession. I just know what we fucking called it. You'd have the Owl Man, which was just a guy, usually with a strip of AstroTurf.
Yes.
And some plinths.
Yes, I know what
a collection of owls. And you have like the falconry gloves and shit.
That's
you paid like you paid like £1, and like you could just like hold an owl and be like, and you play with the owl. Or if you paid £10, or like £10 plus a donation, he would take with a Polaroid camera, take a photograph of you holding an owl. And every single time I went, I picked the same fucking owl. So I always went to the same guy at the same place, right? Went to the guy at the Kinross Market up in Kinross, right?
It's
so
not such a
fucking did running it. Every time I picked up his little barn owl, this little I think there's two photos in existence of me and the guy, and there's a lot of photos. But there's 2 in particular that exist where I'm not holding that barn owl because I was a bit braver. Because when I was a kid, I was scared of birds, so I was like smaller one because like if that goes mental, I can fight it. And there's like 2 where like I think one day I got super brave and held the biggest one and found out it was the nicest one, and weirdly the lightest one.
Yes,
it was like, I don't know the species, but I think like the blackish grey one with like the white speckled spots. Big fucking bastards, about this big.
The wooden hooter.
Something like that. Well, like there's a photo of me holding one of those big bastards. Really lightweight birds. They're beautiful. You know, like, and then like again with the little barn owl about yay big, heavier than that fucking thing. It's disgusting. It's like 80% of the photos are just me and this barn owl, and like you can literally follow the timeline of aging. Like as I get like in each photo, I'm getting older and older, and so is the fucking owl, because the owl is slowly getting taller and taller, and then there's like a little plateau of like 2 or 3 photos, and then you can physically watch the owl begin to shrink as it gets older and its spine compresses. It's bizarre. I didn't know owls compress with age.
Yeah.
This one did.
You know, it's very funny.
You can like watch photos and see, like go from like here and just up, stop for a couple photos, down, and lose like a solid 8 inches of height.
Right. No,
it's like just getting more and more just grey feathers.
Tell what's weird about owls as a species, as a biofamily. You got most bird species.
Yes.
Like say take hawks.
Yes.
Apart from like a few variants where they're massive, most hawks are roughly around the same size.
No, usually about the same kind of size.
Owls start off with something about this big.
Yes.
And get to something like this.
Yes.
In the same species class, like what the fuck?
Yes. Like the baby's the size of a thimble, the full grown one's the size of a bus.
No, even like a full grown like a species variant of them.
Yeah.
Right, you got some like the ground owl.
Yeah.
About year big.
Tiny little things, adorable owls.
Then you got the hawk owl. you know, good like 4 foot tall beast.
Huge fucking things.
You know, like it'll take your soul to the underworld.
Oh yeah.
Right, and it's like you got every other side right in between that. It's like God just couldn't decide to size these bastards, could they?
I tell you what, I had a really cool experience with an owl once in the wild. I was in the woods down the road from like where I used to live up in Valleyfield.
Mhm.
I was down in Valley Woods, and there's a little river goes through like Valleyfield Woods, and there's a little secret spot down by said river that only like 7 cunts know how to get to, and I'm one of said 7 cunts because you know I know a bitch. And anyway, I was down there. And I think I wasn't like fishing, but I was like basically like practice casting with my rod, just kind of like taking in new weights and shit, and just getting used to getting ready for the fishing season. Basically, like I didn't have a hook on it; I just had like the weights and
I just didn't swing
like
out
a bobber to like give me the simulation of like the hook's weight, and just basically like practicing my shit. Yeah, like just basically I was getting like a bit sore, a bit bored, so you know, threw out a line. I was like, I'll just leave it for a bit. It's fine. No got a hook on it. Doesn't fucking matter, right? If the game warden finds me, quite frankly, he's earned the right to book me at this point, right? So fucking I sit down on a rock. You know, it's getting like a little bit dark. It's like, you know, late in the afternoon. You know, and like you ever been like in the woods? You get that weird little feeling. It's like something's fucking staring at me. There's something in the fucking like in the trees or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in like mentally, you brush it off like it's just fucking me brain's being a prick. A couple minutes go by, still there. No fucking something's fucking staring at me. Nah, you're getting paranoid. Fucking, you're fine. Good 10 minutes go by. I can still feel something fucking staring at me. So I'm like, right now, what the fuck? Look up in the tree, right? You see this bottle right next to me, right? You see this bottle? Double the size of this bottle in terms of height. That's how fucking big the owl in the tree staring at me was.
Oh.
Jet black. When I say glow in the dark yellow eyes,
yeah,
I fucking mean, if it had been slightly later in the day, all I would have seen of that owl would have been headlights. Fat Man T, I'm not gonna lie to you, I paid a little. I paid a little in that moment, because I ain't never before that and never again since seen an owl that fits that description. I'm not fully convinced I saw an owl that day. I may have seen a skinwalker pretending to be an owl that day.
My weirdest one with an owl.
I didn't know owl eyes could be that bright, a shade of yellow.
Yeah.
I didn't know they made owls that are exclusively black in colour. Especially not fucking opal black. And I definitely didn't know owls could get that fucking big till that day.
My weirdest one I had was I was out hunting.
Terrifying.
I was hunting rabbits, and the way I usually hunt rabbits is I do stalk anywhere, lie down, let them come out in the area where I know they're going to congregate. Yeah, and pop off.
Yeah.
So I sit down, setting up. You know, a lot of people have found to go and have a habit of like immediately see the movement, take a shot.
Yeah, no, wait for it to stop.
I generally wait to get a good feeling together first.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there.
Wait for it to stop moving, kind of chill out a little bit, and then just
so I was sitting there,
bang.
just lined up, waiting for the shot, and I hear a rustling sound next to me.
Never a good thing when you're in the woods on your own.
So I just turned and looked, and again, there's an owl sitting there looking at me as well with his eyes.
Yes.
And we're like
big saucer fucking things, like looking
shocked,
like human.
No, not shocked. It's like looking to my soul. And I was back of the cell.
All owls look shocked. We see what a big fucking saucer is. It's like, oh shit.
And on cue, both of us just turn back, so look at the rabbits, back to each other, and back like, is it ready to come to like, okay, I'm getting a rabbit for you, do your
it's
best.
It's like waiting up and just like, alright, like you take left, I take right. Yeah, okay, fair enough then, owl.
You know, like, I'm gonna get more rabbits than you fucker. You know, I got competition with this owl over who's gonna get the most kills on rabbits for lunch.
So I only went rabbit hunting once, right? And I will say we did it in possibly the worst and funniest way, right? Is there was like a little field up in where I used to live in Ballingery. Like it was well known area, like rabbits fucking just exist here.
Yeah.
You go to this field, you can't not see a fucking rabbit. It's impossible. So we were at said field, and by we I mean me, my neighbour John, and his grandson, because my neighbour's missus and their granddaughter were back at home doing lady things. I presume baking or something. I don't fucking know. I wasn't there. Right, so we're up in this thing. Like my neighbour John, I think I've talked about him before on the show. He was a hunter.
Yeah.
He had rifles, and he was the man that shot and taught me to shoot a gun for the first time. And you know, fucking, he hunted deer and raised pheasants and was all round a fucking madman. And I loved that man, and I still do because he's delightful. Man got pneumonia last year, right? It's a genuinely true story. My ex-neighbour John got pneumonia last year, right? Because he was cleaning out like a PVC pipe, right? It had like the hose pipe in it, and the water wasn't going all the way through. So he took a torch and looked, and he saw that obstruction, right? Now, how would you deal with an obstructed PVC pipe? Now, what would you do in that scenario?
You gotta stick and push it in.
Yeah. You'd maybe do that, right? Or, you know, fairly small pipe, didn't have a stick that would fit, right? So he put his lips around the pipe, right? Now you might be thinking, sensible thing, in through the nose and boom! Right?
Yeah.
Blow dart that bitch. Not fucking John. John wraps his lips around the fucking pipe and inhaled and swallowed a leaf. But because he swallowed and inhaled at the same time, that shit don't go in his stomach. That bitch went straight to his fucking lungs. And that's how John got pneumonia last year. Anyway, so we were rabbit hunting. Me, John, and his grandson, right? What John had figured out several years prior was the rabbits will hear a car coming, skitter off into the tall grass, wait for the silence, and then slowly pitter back out.
Yes.
And hang out basically at the other end of the field. So we drive into the field in the back of the truck, right? We park the truck and we just turn off the engine, and just John gets out of the truck, nice and quiet and stealthy, and just hops into the back of the flatbed, and we all just sit there, basically like backs against one end of the flatbed, feet propped against the other, just fucking leaning rifles.
Yeah.
And you just waited for the rabbits to come up, gave it a few minutes to rabbits nice together, stop moving, and you started putting rounds in a fucking rabbit. The most redneck fucking hunting session I've ever been involved in. At the same time, one of the funnest fucking hunting sessions I've ever. It was like playing Duck Hunt Rabbit Edition.
I think the most redneck version of hunting, which is a genuinely true story, is a guy who called his RAF, his Air Force friend in, do a strafing run over a field of warthogs.
I mean, fuck if it works.
Worst part is though, I think most warthogs still survive that kind of bullshit.
They probably would, to be fair, yes, but.
Right, go about this. I've just skipped ahead a little bit in the video, a little bit. Right, and I saw something that's going even more fucked.
I'm intrigued. How the fuck did we get onto the topic of owls? What was said that sent us down?
I have no idea.
Owls? How did we get to owls?
Anyway, speaking of owls, like you said, you wanted to see them.
Oh no!
Like Falcon Bucket is they're called falconers, by the way. Even though they're owls, because both falconer refers to bird of prey.
I suppose, yeah, fair.
And there's a place I thought by Beamish actually.
I saw on Beamish's website they sometimes have the falconer come in with the owl.
No, they've got a dedicated falconer there.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
I thought it was like a once in a blue moon kind of a guy, kind of.
No, because they've got like a little adventure park.
That's actually really fucking cool.
The little adventure park there, because remember Beamish like about the old Chinese? And it's not the Beamish town itself, it's more like the manor that has it.
Yeah, because I see the guy I used to go to up at Kinross Market, he retired, I think I was like.
Probably there's very few of them left.
Retired.
There's very few of them left now. It's like they used to go to schools, giving their ammos in schools.
Yeah.
There's very few of them do them now. Like most zoos don't do anymore.
It's really a shame. Like I said, the guy that used to do it at Kinross Market retired when I was like 14 or so. I was like 13, 14, and Kinross Market shut down the year after.
I mean, I'd love to get raising.
I never figured out if his son maybe still does it or anything.
I mean, I'd love to get an idea of raising birds of prey.
Yeah.
But the rules around it so.
They're very strict.
But it's easy for me to get a dangerous wildlife permit to get a venomous poisonous animal in my house.
Oh yeah, that's
that is for birds of prey.
I've always said see if I could get one last photo with that same owl, just one more.
Yeah.
Yeah, just finish the story. One more with just that same fucking owl. I'd be over the moon. But I know odds are it's probably never.
I was watching Chicago Med actually. Chicago Med with one of the doctors get that PTSD parrot.
Yeah.
And the second was like.
Fucking, I forgot about the PTSD parrot.
It's like, the VA is comparing soldier PTSD with parrot PTSD. And I thought, that's gotta be bullshit. So I did some research on it.
It's actually a thing. Yeah.
It is actually a thing. And apparently, it's very good therapy. It's
it's also one of the weirdest storylines that happens in Chicago Med. Because how the fuck do you give a parrot PTSD?
That's what I was saying again. How many parrots in the world have PTSD?
More importantly, how did they get it? I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know birds had like sophisticated.
Parrots do, yes.
Sophisticated enough brains to develop these.
Because a lot of people just seem like parrots. First, like people say, "Oh, parrots can talk."
Well, they're mimic birds.
Talk, right? So that's the thing. Though. Eventually, some people thought, "Oh, just they don't actually know what they're saying. It's pure mimicry." A research paper came out back in 2015 on parrots and social aspects.
Was it? I think they're like kind of similar to crows in the sense like they're mimic birds, but they can also like develop understanding of communication styles.
Well, no, actually, it's beyond crows. Is apparently they do. Although they can learn a few phrases to store in memory, in a way, but they understand what they're saying and how and reason why they're saying it.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
So they actually have conversation with humans on a more understand. Maybe they can't repeat the same phrase, but we'll give a tone context. Like, give me a cracker means I'm more water rather than food. So they understand the context phrase of what they're saying, and then relate that to the humans they bond with.
So like give me a cracker, twats the water dish. Oh, right, he wants water. Like,
yeah, which is unusual for an animal with such a small brain, which theoretically makes them generally more intelligent than cats, apparently.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, like, have you met a cat? Cats are fucking brain dead animals.
This
They're
big
brain dead
fight.
animals, but also deceptively cunning little fuckers.
Yes.
Because they know. I swear it's like Assassin's Creed. They got like some kind of fucking ancestral
memory,
ancestral DNA. With like fucking like genetic memory sequencing going on, because all cats act like they're still owned by the fucking Egyptians. They think mainly because they fucking know cat owners still treat them like fucking living gods.
What's that? What the meme was like a dog sitting there and this guy feeds me, he waters me, he walks me, does everything for me. He must be God. Cat, he feeds me, gives me comfort bed, gives everything I need. I must be God.
I prefer the one of like the meme of like the cat sat on the dog's head and the dog being like the speech bubble above the cat is just like, I see no God here except me.
Yeah.
Like, I can see no gods from up here except myself. It's like, yeah, that's a fucking cat. That's how cats be, that's how dogs be. All dogs share 2 brain cells. Sadly, both of them are currently being used in a research facility in Helsinki to chew a cardboard box. Cats, on the other hand, cats believe they are God himself.
All the cats haven't taken over the world because they don't have possible thumbs yet, but once they do...
once cats figure out how to open fucking doors, we're all in trouble.
Once you have to thumb learn to drive, that's it, we've had it. Anyway, back to this.
Fuck it, once cats learn how to wield a
Officer,
sniper
we need to get an APB out on those titties. They're armed and dangerous.
What is your problem? Breast cancer isn't funny.
Not at all. Wendy, we're gonna get you, Wendy. Where are your boobs? We're gonna kill you.
You'd better shut up or I'll make you shut up.
Oh, really? What are you gonna do about it, Wendy?
I'm gonna kick your ass. That's what I'm gonna do.
You're gonna kick my ass.
That's right. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Anyway, if you haven't seen that episode, it's called Breast Cancer Episode Ever or something like that. Go watch it. It's amazing.
That might be good.
Hey, Koreans, I'm sorry. I'm not touching your statue anymore. I got my own comfort woman. And she's on a leash. What about like a dog mask or like a furry?
You know, as you're doing the comfort woman thing, you need to dress up like a Japanese World War II soldier or some shit.
Hang on, no. Don't close your eyes yet. I know you got the twitch. Don't close your eyes yet. Focus on the screen a bit longer. Because what he's about to do next will make that twitch worse.
God, that'll go viral.
Yeah.
But bro, do you understand there's Koreans that are really trying to kill me out here? Like, it's not even a joke.
they're really trying to kill you, but you know,
You know they put like a
This is like having a Nazi flag. This is like having a Nazi flag.
Wait, what is that?
Why does he have
the rising sun
Empire of Japan? Why does he own that? I'm a World War II nerd. I don't own that. I'm a World War II nerd. I have one picture of a swastika on my phone. And it was for a research project I did in high school. It's the insignia of the Hitler Youth.
Yes, but remember, in context, he's about owning a comfort one, put a dog mask on her, dress as a World War II Japanese soldier, and then brings that out. On the stream, he knows the prosecutor is watching.
I Again, I'm a World War II nerd. I wouldn't even know where to begin trying to source an authentic World War II Japanese soldier's uniform.
I do. Unfortunately. I also want to get an original SS uniform as well.
Yeah, so do I. You go to a car boot sale in fucking Cornwall, you'll find 107 of them.
Yes.
If you don't get that joke, you're not British enough to understand that joke.
Is that?
Mainly
Oh, it's the Japanese World War II
joke.
flag.
That's just a statement.
Oh. Oh no.
I get a Korean bitch naked and just wrap her in this.
Oh, it's a rapper in the. He's comfort on a leash and a dog mask and wrapped in the Imperial Japanese flag. Do you think his brain's actually connected to anything?
Aye, Bluetooth.
Well, his brain went on holiday somewhere else.
Aye, it's connected via fucking Bluetooth. It's definitely not in his fucking body anymore.
The fact that they let me be free and do whatever I want. I need to get a Korean bitch to get on the leash. That's what I need to do. But
no, they let you out to give you enough rope to hang yourself with.
That's an entire sentence I just will never have and never will be mentally prepared to hear.
Which one?
I need to get me a Korean bitch on a leash. That's how you know I've actually gotten slightly kind of flashbanged and annoyed by that statement. I've reverted back to just my Glasgow native accent. Like, I'm talking quite slow and.
What's even worse is the beginning part of that
Glasgow
sentence.
Accent, I just
was let me out to where I want it, and you get a bitch on the leash.
I get a Korean bitch on that leash, like. In what fucking universe do you like folks? This isn't even a bit. I ain't even charactering right now. I'm being fucking straight with you now. In what fucking universe does a motherfucker from anywhere think it's fucking acceptable to say the words "I need to get me any flavour of bitch on a leash" when they're not referring
to the dog
visiting the fucking Crufts tournament? Like, unless you go into the fucking pand, the words bitch and leash should not be in the same fucking sentence as each other while leaving a human being's fucking mouth.
But the problem is
you might as well hire a porn star, but I don't even think they have that much.
I need to hire I need to get a Korean bitch on a leash, but that one's gonna be hard, so I'll put that one as last to do.
Bro, this poor excuse for a sentient human being and his homie are so despicable.
Like blood, but I say fuck shit all the goddamn time, right? If I had the audacity to approach my fucking partner and be like, "Oh bitch, I'ma put you on a leash," my partner would fucking swim across the ocean to come and stab me.
No, you're gonna put on a leash and walk around.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have to go that far for my partner. If I went as far as, "Oh bitch, I'm putting you on a leash," and if I said that to my partner, they'd swim here to kill me. Cause how fucking dare you A, call me a bitch, and B, threaten to leave me.
And even though
and my partner likes me.
The context of it, like, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna put you on a leash, and we'll do it wearing the clan uniform.
I'm not. My partner would definitely kill me because my partner's black.
That's what I'm saying. That's the kind of context he's going on.
Like, my partner is half black and half Japanese. They would literally end my existence for that.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'd fucking deserve it at that. Like, nah, my gamer.
Him talking about Hank and him getting with those people.
I'm horny. Okay, do you guys want to know what happened?
Oh, I just realized what he did there with that.
Is he wearing... Okay, there's two possibilities for what I've just seen. A, he's got really shit fucking sunscreen on.
No.
Or B, and I hope this isn't the case, motherfucker's doing whiteface in order to cosplay as Light Yagami from the Netflix adaptation of Death Note. No. I really hope that isn't what's happening here.
Give the style of wig he's wearing.
Oh, yeah, he's white-facing to be like Yagami from Netflix's Death Note.
No, I know what this is over.
I know I'll be honest with you, Gamer. One of my exes owned that exact wig, and I know exactly what that wig is. I know what website he got that wig from, and I know for a fact that it's a cosplay wig designed for doing a Netflix adaptation of Light Yagami cosplay.
Yes, but what he's doing here, though,
I'm genuinely fucking disgusted by the fact I know that.
There's a famous Korean pop idol, male one.
Oh dear God.
Who has blonde hair and very light skin.
Oh.
And he's one of the more famous ones currently in the market.
Oh dear God. Mate, I'm Scottish. I'm as racist as they fucking come by default. Even I wouldn't fucking do that, and I'm a prick.
Happened when I went to the red light district with Hank. I'll tell you all the story. The other day we went to the red light district, and the reason I didn't.
And he's just on a bus. And you seem to forget that part of the Korean education system is they taught fucking English.
Yeah. That as well is it's kind of a. I think that's the case in every country. Is if you're on public transport, you shut the fuck up. Unless you're talking to a guy.
It's because every single hooker we met in the red light district was like, no black, no black, no black. I was getting mad, chat. Like, yo, Hank was about to crash out. Right? Every hooker, I don't know, it was Young Numbu or some kind of. They were like, no foreigner, no black. It was, bro, I was getting pissed, chat. I'm not gonna lie. Well, that's why I didn't stream it. That's why I didn't stream it.
Oh, you got rejected by the prostitute. You're that sure human being to get rejected by a prostitute.
I mean, to be fair, he's black, it's Asia. Like, yeah, to be fair.
Hooker there was like, no black, no black. I got mad as fuck, bro.
Hooker Hill, I know where that's at. That's an easy one.
Let's be fair.
I tried to go there with Hank one time to Hooker Hill, and there was not really shit going on there. I tried to go there.
They got over there.
They do, because my Korean friend Hank and prostitutes out here, so they got it. They got them.
Yeah, that last clip, like I said, was recent. So Hank apparently that's what he's been doing with his money that he gets from his parents. By the way, his mother pays for everything that Hank uses, so he doesn't make his own money. He gets paid by his family to do his activities, including this alleged.
The alleged fucking
like Johnny Smalley is a dumb race.
What's that? I raped a girl.
They brought some female.
That was 3 days ago.
So that's more recent.
Yeah. And I run the brain power to deal with that one.
We'll save it for another time, mercifully.
But that went. Because I watched the first video myself.
Every time I thought, that's rock bottom. No a chance. I was proving ready, man.
Where do you think you found the bottom of the barrel? You know, the last vestige of scum of humanity you could find.
Gamer, at this point, we scraped the bottom of the barrel so much. We went through the fucking barrel. We went through the dirt underneath the barrel. We entered the planet core. We scraped the bottom of the barrel that hard, that often, that many fucking times.
Nice.
For the name of the Lord now, like, in the name of the way, man, you're taking the Jimmy Riddle. He's taking the Jimmy Riddle out of his arm, man. He's taking the fucking Mickey Mouse clean out of the fucking clubhouse.
Honestly, I think it's in a competition between like him, Epstein, and Jimmy Savile to be the worst scum of the planet, and he's currently winning.
No, Jimmy Savile's still winning. He's no diddle the kid yet.
We don't have watched his video yet, so we don't know. It's gonna take.
As far as we know, he's no diddle the kid yet. As far as we know, he's only been alleged of raping a woman, and also a lot of cyber sex crimes. But
you know,
so Savile's still winning by default here, but there's no a lot in it.
I've never seen someone who, like, you're getting arrested and charged for these crimes, and you've been convicted of them already so far, and then keeps going.
Keeps just doubling down on, like, is motherfucker just trying to see how many felonies he can fit into one fucking court case? Is that the game? Is the game just how many felonies can I fit into one fucking court?
Well, things are like 50 charges currently at the moment, plus 1 guaranteed prison sentence.
It's fucking.
And no place to record the crimes, and that these days.
Fuck. Mate, that's recording your crimes. There's motherfuckers out here live streaming the fucking things. I know you've got the common sense to pre-record it and then maybe edit it a little bit to look at it. Motherfucker.
No.
4K live, 4K ray traced undoctored, unedited, untouched footage of felonies. I mean, how fucking thick do you have to be to take the Royal Mickey Mouse out of your own clubhouse of yourself like this? I mean...
And he knows, cause...
Fuck me in the arse, spanking my tits and call me fucking Deborah, for clearly I've transitioned into a universe where I'm the fucking idiot.
The project also knows, because that's half the evidence of the Queen prosecutors are using against him, is his own goddamn live streams.
Yes!
And he's still live streaming.
Like...
I mean, the prosecutor's got to be sitting there going, right, we've eventually found his last bullshit.
Oh, fuck, he's just gone live again. Oh.
It can't be that bad. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord, Jesus.
Oh, fuck me, is that a swastika? Oh, how did he even get that into the country?
Okay, let's write some more charges up, people. Pens out, here we go.
Okay, write that down. It's like this, literally the SpongeBob meme, but with lawyers. Just write that down.
You know, I remember people that read out the court charges. I think the longest I've ever heard is like 20 charges against one guy in a single term. This guy, by the time he's finished this court case in Korea,
he's going to be pushing with 50 by the time he's done.
Well, he's not 50 now.
Oh my god.
Right?
He's already at 50.
He's already at 50.
That's a new record.
Right? It's going to be that meme of people throughout the pavement, it's like fucking rolls down the fucking alley, the island. Item 1.
Gamer, unironically, I think the guy currently holding this world record for serial killings doesn't have 50 charges. I think he's on 32. So he's already outdone the best serial killer in terms of paperwork.
Yeah, they found 50 items which they have charged, but I think some of them we dropped. Of shit he's done on his live streams that goes against the Korean law on high misdemeanor, close to felony level, or just felony level.
I mean, yeah.
So he's not saying, oh, it's just kids are oh, it's just traffic. No, it's kind of GBH levels and up from there type thing.
Like jail. Go, do not pass go. Do not collect 250 properly money. Do not take a break at free parking. Go straight.
Minimum sentence for each one of these charges is a year or £100,000 fine. And he's 50 of those fuckers are stacked.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Plus a few class 1s in there just to spice it up a little bit more on their shit sandwich. And he's still going.
There's no words. There's no words to explain how fucking thick you have to be.
There's some people for him have done this kind of shit in Asian countries.
Not to this extent.
None
of them have been this fucking talented.
They've learned. They got confident. Cut it out. They've stopped and moved out of the country.
One and figured out, right, didn't fuck around ever again.
This fuckers, they go for the world record of how to piss off an entire nation.
I mean, I genuinely think the only other YouTube celebrity that managed to piss off an Asian country this hard, this fast, in such a spectacular fashion was Logan Paul.
Yeah, but he stopped at the body thing.
No, he fucking didn't. There was another incident that happened shortly after the suicide forest incident that people somehow frequently forget, where live, on a live stream, but also in clear view of a pretty pissed off mob of people, faked his own suicide.
Oh God.
It was they have the apartment buildings and shit, and they've got the glass stairwells.
Yeah.
And the stairwell with glass windows. Yeah, literally stood there with a prop gun and a little blood pack with some pyro. Put the gun under his chin, pulled the trigger, and had it set up so basically had a little Bluetooth receiver. So he pulled the trigger on the prop gun. The fucking blood pack popped, and then slumped like he'd blown his fucking brains out.
Yeah.
That was because see if it was only the suicide forest thing, he would have been in trouble, but he wouldn't have been kicked out of Japan and banned from Japan for 7 years. The fake suicide, on the other hand, genuinely that's what did it. That's what got him kicked out of Japan, alongside the suicide forest incident.
See, I've got an inbuilt hatred for Logan Paul and some of the bullshit he's put off.
Yeah.
This guy, I think I've transcended hatred at this point.
Yeah,
it's found something new, which is
it's
kind
a
of like
new emotion
enlightenment.
I don't have the emotional maturity to actually describe or put a name to. I'm not qualified enough to identify this new emotion I felt.
Yeah, it's like
I didn't know I had emotions left. Never mind fucking new ones to find.
I think I think most thing like divine wrath must feel like for God.
I mean, yeah.
You know, when he wiped out Sodom and Gomorrah, it's like, I want it fuckers.
Pure wrath. Yes.
Yeah.
Just fuck you and everything in your general direction.
You know, it's generally...
It's impressive.
It's impressive and amazing. I think he should be taken back to America for a study.
Yeah.
On what
his brain of like what the fuck is misfiring to make him this good.
Can you imagine the psychology papers you could come out on this guy?
Fuck me. Yeah, but like just a regular therapist just talking to him for 10 minutes would have a field day. That's what they should do, right? They should keep him locked up in the basement of a university.
Yeah, and
right?
send all the psych students down.
Yeah, like the psych students who are getting ready to the paper to get their doctorate. Yeah. Just fucking send those kids down to fucking study them for 20 minutes. 20-minute session, one each. They'll all get their doctorate that day.
Professor, there's been 20 papers so far on this guy. Trust me, there's plenty more.
There's literally, there's an infinite number of papers you could write about this fucking fella. You're getting your doctorate. Don't worry.
Here's his live streams. Go through at least about an hour footage of it.
Yes.
And then come back to me.
Like...
Oh, it just got worse and worse, didn't it?
Like,
yeah,
here's what you do, right? Here's a bag of D&D dice. Grab 7 of them, roll them, and whatever that number is, pick that video. But obviously, but Professor, that comes like my max number would be like 8,762. Yeah, he's done like double that in live streams though. Fucking what?
Yeah, he's constantly live streaming everything he did. I mean, I know our live streamers are generally a piece of shit. They're like doing bomb threats in the middle of New York.
Even then, I've yet to come across one this fucking scummy.
Yeah.
And I've come across some shit birds.
This is the one I worked with the guy who was in New York. Was basically the incel one was basically bullying the women.
Oh yeah.
They went in the restaurants going like 3, 2, 1, and yeah, doing all that kind of shit. I thought he was like top tier bullshit. You know, but this guy, fuck me.
Like it's a whole new flavor.
It's like a transcendence. He went for a shitpost and then got so stuck in the bit he transcended himself.
I mean, yeah, like there's committing to. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm one of those shitposts that believe in committing to the bet, right? You're gonna start a bet, you fucking finish the bet.
Yeah.
Even I know when the bet's getting to the point that like the fucking pollers are getting involved, you cut the bet.
No, you just double down.
Cut the mic, you fucking cut the mic, right? Kill the joke, cut the mic. The pollers have got involved. I've gone too far.
You know, this guy's like every time the like, you can't do this in the charge. Okay then.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Bet and double down.
Right.
You got worse. Now we're gonna have to rest again. Okay, bet. Am I bail again? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna double down again.
Like at this point, I genuinely don't understand how the Korean government haven't just rescinded his Wi-Fi access.
I think generally what they're doing is, currently although they got accepted charges, they're still like quite minor shit.
Yeah.
I think they want to nail his ass to the fucking wall and leave him in prison for the rest of his life, and they're just...
At this point, if I was his lawyer, I would literally just unplug his Wi-Fi and not tell him.
Probably they did confiscate his phone.
Yes.
And he got one the camera guy they flew in to smuggle him a new phone in, so you keep doing this.
Like what I do is I just confiscate the Wi-Fi router. I'd like just unplug the router and take it home with me. Like, no pal. Like, we're rescinding your Wi-Fi access and we're taking your SIM card too. Fuck off.
You know, it's like...
No more internet for you, bitch.
He firmly believes that because he's American, right? He's got deep root in the fact that I'm American, I have First Amendment, they cannot charge me or arrest me for this bullshit.
Yes, they can. Because you're not in America.
Yeah, he firmly believes because he says that I'm American, therefore America will always protect me and you can't do this to me because I'm American. It's like...
America doesn't give a shit if you live or die.
You know, I think that's what's in his brain. Like, he generally believes that, and that's why he's like, no matter what horrendous shit I can do, First Amendment will always protect me. Like, no, hey, you're in America, you're in Korea. Different set of laws there, mate. You know, but it is quite impressive when I start watching, like, get involved in this particular story of his. It's like, oh yeah, you basically dance around like a twat invade Pride, being disrespectful to in Japan. Right? Fair enough, that's bad enough. You then went to Korea and went, you know what? That was bad.
Let's do it, but worse.
That was bad, I got kicked out. Let's see how far I can take this. You know,
the Asian country with the least amount of fucking tolerance for bullshit.
Say they went inside to get the logical extreme way, you create a scenario which is so unlikely to happen.
That it immediately becomes the most likely thing to happen.
Right? You know, that testing the limits of your theory.
It's like literally everything that has happened in British and American politics in the last decade. So bizarrely insane. There's not a person on Earth could have predicted it and like genuinely believed it.
I honestly think this guy currently at the moment is at the scientific level of dividing by zero. The theoretical possible point where it can never do it. He's currently the YouTube equivalent of doing that.
Yes. So you know what I think would be really funny, right? You see, like the next generation of kids, right? Like in schools.
Yeah.
Right? This is how I think we should teach modern studies, right? From here on out. See, instead of sitting them down and going, right, this year this is what happened, that year that happened, right? Walk them through all the shit that happened.
Yeah.
Right? You start at 2010, right? And you ask the kids, alright, guess what happened in 2010? And you let them come up with the wildest bullshit possible. And then you tell them the correct answer.
Yeah.
Then you move to 2011.
It was like,
can anyone tell me? Have a guess what happened.
Was that those like
and watch them have the same mental breakdowns we all did as they experience in real time what we experience in real time.
Remember, it happened a lot in like 2015 and 2018.
Oh yeah.
The new satire sites.
You could genuinely give up. You started at like 2017 onwards, and they'd still have the same emotional breakdown.
Yeah, remember the satire sites who like started the feminist bullshit and all that stuff, going like the most unhinged satire shit they could get away with. Yes. They tried to shut down because they said, unfortunately, we're closing down because
some of y'all fucking mental.
Because our satire is like the logical bullshit extreme that could never happen.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it is happening.
Yes. Unfortunately, we're no longer a satire news site. We're just a news site, and we give up.
Yeah.
We cannot make up bullshit that isn't happening.
We try to make something insane bullshit, and unfortunately, real life's beating us.
Like, weirdly somehow, like, half of the shit we say, we get outdone by real life. The other half of the time, real life copy-pastes what we said and does it.
My two favorite...
We're getting scared.
My two favorite one is that group of university professors.
Yes.
Who introduced like, some social study papers to the feminist paper.
Yes.
One was just Mein Kampf.
Yes,
but they took out the word Jew and put in man there.
Yes.
And that got rave reviews.
Yes, it did.
The other one was the bullshit about, you know, dog rape in dog parks and a study of it.
Yes.
And the only comment on that one was, I think you should take more care of hiding the dog's fucking identity in this study about these dog rapes, but it's quite an interesting show of the male testicle of the imperial of the male and the rape of females. Like, it's about fucking dogs.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh, the other one I do love, which was like just a list of just buzzwords, which made no coherent sense whatsoever to any logical understanding.
Yes.
There's a buzzword that's converted like 10-page paragraphs.
Yes.
And that got through. It's like, did you even read this?
No.
I did, yes, and it was great understanding. A great episode of the meal. Like, it's not about a ethereal penis that flies in the sky that's saying to fuck all. Yes, but it shows the men's belief of how nuclear missiles are straight out of the flat. Like, you're unhinged.
You're a fucking idiot. Like, shot.
You have a doctorate. Yes, and this is my paper.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to write my professor paper based on this research. If you get a professorship on this, the university needs to be burnt down.
It probably was later that year.
But that's it. This is the living embodiment of that kind of meme.
It really is. Only somehow stupider.
Yeah. But anyway, it is
tomorrow.
Yes, it's half. It's midnight. We've been going about 3 hours.
3.5.
No, 10 minutes to 4 hours.
Damn.
And that.
I thought I was EP.
So I think we'll end it there for tonight. We'll come back Wednesday.
Yes.
And finish off this video of this idiot. Because I'm pretty sure that's going to be worse.
Oh, probably.
We should just echo to this guy.
No. Well, Echo wouldn't survive this level of stupid.
You know, give us some more context for
More
his.
importantly, we don't want to give Echo any ideas.
Give him plenty of context.
Echo's already got a racism problem. Let's not give him ideas.
You know, give him plenty of context for his like quote page, wouldn't it?
Again, Echo's already got a racism problem. Let's not give him pointers. Let's not give him like a Cliff Notes tutorial.
So, good night, good luck, and pray for our souls.
You must time that was yawning. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you all on the next one.